Hello and welcome to the second beta episode for the Jailhouse Parlor podcast. This episode we have on Jason and Melanie, and I think I'll just keep it simple this time. Enjoy. And we're live. We've just been rolling.
Do you have an intro?
Oh, I just do the intro later and record that myself. Otherwise, we just.
You're listening to the Jailhouse Parlor podcast.
You know, this is twice now because I guess the newness of the podcast equates to like a guest trying to do like old time radio intros. Like that's literally what Evan did like day one last week. He's like, does it sound like I'm on old time radio?
Not when he does it like that. I hope he
That's
does.
Exactly what I told him.
Oh,
That's exactly what I fucking told him. Bring the Jaeger. I'm gonna have a shot.
Ew, keep the Jaeger.
And a shot glass.
You bring the shot glass.
Yeah, that should roll through just fine.
So Melanie will be right with us. She's helping us indulge in our vices.
Basically, at least the alcoholic ones.
Orange.
Word. Red. Where is she sitting? Is she know? Where are you sitting, honey?
Well, I don't know. That's why I wanted to figure that out before we started recording. Hey, everyone. You're listening to the Jailhouse Parlor podcast, brought to you by Qualm.
Chlamydia.
Qualm. Qualm.
Is it because we're in a qualm right now?
It's a spelling bee. It doesn't mean it's a definition bee. I don't even know what it means. That's scary.
That's gonna sound bad. Sorry, we're just going through a tunnel.
So for those of you listening on the audio podcast,
there's only audio. There's no video.
Well, now people know that, but before I
They
wanted to
knew
think that they're
that.
missing out on something. Why can't I find
Last
that?
thing I need. It's gonna be really annoying when people are going through. It's like, I see that like you have a visual for your YouTube, but like it's just
There's
a
no
set
way.
of words and it's
Yeah.
just going with red background every now and then. I'm like, yeah, because I don't have camcorders yet, fuckers.
Is that like in RuneScape where you hit flash and then red and then like, you know, rune armor for sale?
I can't tell if you're referencing RuneScape, League of Legends.
I just said RuneScape.
I know you said RuneScape, but like you hit this and hit flash, and I'm like, flash is an ability in League of Legends. And I don't think you know that. Are you sitting in
No.
bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but you can like
Then
have type effects.
Yeah,
in
4's
the-
dead. So
in the- you might need to go get your. It's your turn.
go ahead and throw that
How does it taste?
Good, thank you.
How was that?
I brought the Sprite in case
3,
you
2.
wanted more Sprite. There's also more sour mix.
Go ahead and slip that on, and you're back. Right. Cool. But yeah.
So we weren't talking, but we are now. What are some obscure ways that we can put out fires in the Amazon?
Well, haven't they already basically instigated across the nations, like other countries that are literally just sending fire brigades, like just bombing with water bombs?
That doesn't do anything. Really, the biggest thing that needs to be done is the area where it hasn't jumped to yet needs to be cleared.
Not my first choice.
Not my first choice either. But you need to stop
Two
the
different
fire
things.
from jumping. Wait, what?
Yeah. No, Aaron just rinsed out the
My
last
glass of milk with water and
half-inch
drank it.
cup of milk with
And
water
you
to
didn't
then
get the
throw
Jaeger
it
or
back.
shot glass, so I'm gonna go grab that.
I didn't know what you wanted.
Are you monitoring the microphone on your face, by the way?
No,
We're recording.
I'm aware.
Okay.
When it's too close, it's horrendous.
Oh,
Word.
and see, I'm over here. Keeping
Well, To be fair, the people that were on the podcast last time were very loud people. So they kept
Loud
peaking
people.
a lot.
Oh yeah, you can't blow out the mics, man. That's just it's like a civil courtesy.
Yeah.
Professional courtesy. No one's paying me to say that. Cheers. Thank you.
But no, the biggest issue is that there's no way to stop it from spreading, basically.
Yeah, there's nothing natural in the Amazon rainforest.
You know,
that
if we
is
just
benefiting
douse
from it.
a perimeter with oil or something, and that'll kill everything that's in there. That
You
might, you know, that
You
might.
want to use diesel to save the Amazon.
Diesel has a low ignition rate, and so therefore it's not as explosive as normal gasoline, which I think would just be a bad idea altogether.
Go on.
That's pretty much it, you know.
So we're gonna basically utilize a severe amount of diesel
Well, it's
to
kind of like
kill off.
it's like digging trenches and like tearing up, vegetation so nothing can burn.
Exactly.
But instead of like having the man hours to dig trenches, you're just dousing it.
Have one guy with a can and just start running a circle around the fire.
I mean, diesel, bleach, Raid, whatever you need to do to get the job done.
Last I checked, I think Raid is flammable though.
I mean, if it's aerosol.
I want to scratch that.
I don't know. We need to get Monsanto on this.
Monsanto?
They know the.
Who
they
is
know
that?
Seriously?
Monsanto?
the
Monsanto?
Either way, I'm still lost.
It's the company that owns Raid.
Honey, you're more than welcome to look at me in that bewildered look.
Where Bill Nye got on and said GMOs are not a thing and basically changed his word after going to the company.
That shit's cold as fuck.
They own a patent on many of our crops' genes, and so that way they are more defensive against pesticides and things like
certain types of insects. Actually, the biggest genetic modification is the injection of nitrogen into the seeds, because nitrogen is one of the things that they can't stabilize in the soil. But
because our crop methods are very archaic and useless.
anyways,
no.
Well, they're not archaic enough.
Is a grimy company.
Monsanto is the
almost a
one
monopoly.
where there
They own
are.
Bayer, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Okay, yeah.
Monsanto is the one who
Gross.
agreed. Monsanto is the one
Yeah, Mr. Knight.
who basically is in lawsuits with a whole bunch of farmers and everything else because their pesticides kill everyone else's plants.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
And only grows their own because it's
Specifically
genetically modified
modified
and
to
everything.
their
Right.
plant.
Yeah.
and if their seeds from a neighbor farm blows over and starts growing in your yard, well, guess what? Now you work for Monsanto and you get to pay back your dues because you're growing our stuff, even though you didn't buy from us.
That's like an invasive monopoly, basically.
Welcome to 2017, but also now it has been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
Pretty.
Now I
there's
recognize the
bunch
name a
of
little
shit.
bit, but that is a area of news that I have not paid attention to.
They own majority of the cash crops like corn, wheat,
Yeah.
soy, probably others. I'm
They're the
blanking
ones
on.
that also basically
Spinach.
modify the plants and the vegetables and everything else to grow much quicker,
Mhm.
which increases the issue with less nutrients in the fruits and vegetables.
Right.
And, for example, I think you heard it somewhere, the fact that the wheat is now shorter and thicker means higher gluten
Rick gave me that one.
concentration.
Which is just what they want.
Well, that increases the amount of gluten. At least that's the
Which
hypothesis.
is just what I want.
Anyway.
Things with gluten taste better. That's right, I said it.
Things with MSG taste better.
That's right, she said it. I'll drink to that.
Salud.
Those Chinese people down the street, and yes, they are Chinese. I'm not just saying that to be generic. I know that because they are actually Chinese. They know my order. I walk in and say, "Hi."
Number 2.
I was gonna say, Miss Kim or something like that. But to be honest, I don't know.
You don't know their names.
No, but I go, "Hi."
How are
They
you?
go, "Oh, hi. How are you?" And
Number
like,
2.
The usual. No, okay. 10-15 minutes. It's always 10-15 minutes. It's always less.
It's always like 5
it's
to
like-
10.
Well, that's
at
the
most.
Amazon
8
promise.
minutes, yes. And it's
That's the Amazon promise. It's where we tell you we're gonna have it to you as soon as
I'm
possible.
talking
which
about
will be-
Amazon. I'm talking about Fujiyama Sushi.
They're doing the same Amazon thing. Hey, it's gonna be there in 2 days. Guess what? It's actually gonna be there tomorrow, but we lied, so it looks like we're kicking ass.
But see, I don't like it when they do that because then they're expecting a thank you because we got there a day early. But I planned my
I
life
haven't
on
thanked
your
Amazon
schedule.
for anything.
I'm not home, or I am home on the second day because I'm expecting a package, and I'm at work the first day. So when it's there the first day and I'm at work, that's when someone steals my package.
How many packages have you gotten stolen from you?
How many packages have I stolen? Probably like 6 or 7. No, see, I don't have a Ring doorbell, so I don't put things to my. I have an Amazon locker.
So you go to UCF all the time to pick up your shit?
No, it's a 7-Eleven at the bad side of town.
That's a good pick. What's
Well-
the bad side of town for you? Winter Park or
Well, honestly,
or was it?
the thing in Orlando is it's difference of a couple of streets. It doesn't really
It
matter where
basically
you
is.
live.
Like you cross I-4, you're pretty much in Paramore.
Yeah,
Or
I
you
mean,
cross I-4 and you're over in
but now
oh, fuck, I
Paramore's getting developed, I mean, the thing with Winter Park.
It has a soccer stadium in it. Fucking woo.
No, but I mean, like, there's development projects behind the scenes that are in play. You give it watch.
Are you talking about your drug dealer friends, or are you talking about like actual businesses?
No, I'm talking about like people with money and
White people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the Mafia has come to Florida.
Has it?
Lobby's already been in Florida. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Down in South Florida for sure.
Yeah. South Florida.
Where was I going with this?
I don't know, man. I'm just along for the ride.
I don't know. It's
I'm
great.
waiting for the next stop to get out. So, anyways, when was the last dream you remember having? Now that's a loaded question because just I said remember having, so that could have been 6 months ago, or that could have been last night.
Last dream I remember having was this mofo over here.
Oh yeah.
That one?
I was glad I had already left for work. I guess. She'd have hit me.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, what was her name?
Not this time.
What was his name?
Also not this time.
Now we're getting deeper.
But no, I woke up like thinking that he woke up and told me and said, "I'm sorry, I tried to kill you during the night."
That was your dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was all pissed about it.
How did he try to do it?
I have no idea.
You didn't get that far?
No. She's dreaming about waking up and
you
me just
confessing.
turning over to her and saying, "I'm sorry, I almost killed you last night."
Shit.
Meanwhile, I'm actually probably at work at the time.
He is.
It's probably 6 a.m.
7.
And she's 7 o'clock, and she's waking up and texting me this, and I'm sitting there, checking for termites at people's houses, going like, "Well, you're not wrong, but go on."
The statement was, "I understand now why women wake up mad at their husbands or their significant other for what they did in their dreams."
Yeah, but they never kick the fucking dog, but they'll beat my ass.
That's what you pay them for.
I pay the dog to not get kicked, or I pay the woman to hit me.
No, you pay the dog to lick your ass. Who likes the Skippy? Who likes the Skippy peanut butter?
I was about to say, you put peanut butter on your asshole, that dog's going anything.
Why are you making me do this, man?
You got people who have fetishes about that, though.
About dogs licking their assholes, or people licking their assholes? Or just having
No,
their
about
assholes
people
licked?
being the dogs licking assholes.
People want to be dogs. So we have furries
You
that want to lick
also-
assholes.
They don't have to be furry.
You don't have to be furry, no. You also have people that like putting peanut butter on their dicks so they get the dog licking it off because they get aroused from that.
Yeah, those are called loners.
I think.
Have you done
Loners
this before,
usually
Jason?
do the 5-on-1.
No, I don't. I'm not big on like the tongue texture. It's
Of
like
dogs or of...
dogs, cats, other
Animals?
creatures. Yeah.
You ever tried an anteater?
Well, no,
Anteater
because that's teasing because it's like long and thin. So
No,
it's gonna
no,
wrap
no.
around,
It's
but
a
not,
sounding rod.
I wish you wouldn't say that. It hurts me when you say things like that, Aaron. Let's leave your personal life at home, okay?
Nah. That's not me, man.
That's not me. But we have fun.
Oh, what was it? Yo, Connor, you want to buy this love seat? Have you seen that bit?
I've not seen that bit.
Oh, that's a good bit. I could play
That's a
that.
chase.
Huh?
That's
Oh.
a chase lounge.
What was it? Someone's on Overwatch or something. Yeah, Justin's on.
Unprofessional.
Nah, whatever. Mo has problems. Mo problems.
Mo has no problems.
I find that the higher I am in a tax bracket,
The more taxes you pay,
the more like life hardships I seem to face.
go on.
It's almost kind of it's like
More money, more problems.
thank you. It's
Okay.
like it's what cause and effect,
Go on.
to in a sense. And then it really got me thinking: Does
money help?
is there a way that the effect can force a cause? So it's kind of like how
A chain reaction, maybe?
well, how some people were like, only poor people do drugs, so therefore you have to be poor to do drugs. But could you say that maybe you do drugs and then you can become poor?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's a lot of
all right.
rich
So
people
that proves my theory.
Hypothesis, but go on. You're reaching pretty hard there, buddy. I think you need a back scratcher to actually reach as far as you're trying to reach, but you
Where
don't
do
seem to
want
have
me
one on
reach,
hand.
bro?
I don't know, man, but at this point,
He really wants you to reach butthole over your back.
well, scratch each cheek and then go in.
I don't know if I can reach that.
It's like
I have to go underneath.
It's proper courtesy. Knock twice, then enter in.
They
You
call
don't just walk
they
into
call it a
someone's
reach
house.
around.
Well, no, that's a trumpet. No, trombone. Either or. You're still rubbing
The
it.
only time I've ever had a reach around, she went underneath.
Wait, are you eating the peanut butter and playing the trombone at the same time? That's different. Because you can't really exactly do the whole
No,
thing.
but the keys get all gunked up.
Well, there's no keys on a trombone, asswipe.
Oh, they said trumpet.
Nah, trumpet? No.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
like just pressing buttons. That's a clitoral thing, but she
There's,
somehow has 3 clitorises.
There's keys on a trumpet, on trombone, isn't there? I
You
know
can
there's
have like
also a
one.
slide.
You can have one little key to add an extra bass line of tubing to it.
Hmm.
That's like a
There's-
special trombone,
I
not
thought
a
there was
standard.
still like one. Like,
Do you have a
two or
spit
three.
valve?
Spit valve.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hello, I would like
Don't
to
we
play
all?
you Beethoven, and then I will like effectively put my
Hey, can we
mouth
pause
fluid
on this?
all
I gotta
over.
go empty my spit valve.
Basically, it's like, you know, when they're having like that 8 measures, they're just waiting for their next round of songs. That's when
And
they
you
put
see the water start dripping out.
Basically.
I've seen it. I've been around it, and at first I didn't know it. I was like, "What are they doing?" It's I'm like, "Oh!" I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess. Where would that?
That makes
go?
sense,
You're
but
just breathing into it for like an hour and a half. Yeah, something's gonna kind of collect.
basically.
And like my dad and my sister both played the saxophone, and I never really
Sexy.
put 2 and 2 together. It was kind of like that's a
one of the
professional
hard, grimy things about them.
thing.
That just
Yeah, it's just something everyone
the
has to deal with.
got to think of how much spit does an orchestra make an hour.
I mean, it's a good thing that like all instruments are a one direction kind of thing.
Well, except for like is it didgeridoo 2 ways? There's some instruments that are in and out. Like you can
A didge might be able to because it's really just the noise of your mouth. You're just like,
basically. Yeah, kind of a didgeridoo, but
fish face fart noise.
basically
I've
no.
been taught to do
It's
it.
a not a kazoo. Harmonica. A harmonica is 2 ways.
Yes,
A harmonica,
harmonica
is
is
2 ways.
2 ways. 'cause
But I don't think that has a spit valve on it.
No, but it is open ended, so it will
The drip
breathe.
straight.
Yeah,
out
you're
right.
just straight. Yeah. So what about clarinets? Or is it just the
because-
wood just absorb
Clarinet,
everything?
yeah,
it's
the
the reed.
clarinet
Yeah,
has
the
a
reed.
reed,
Yeah.
so
Fuck
it,
that guy.
it doesn't collect as much spit, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's also a
then,
singular
like, the oboe's
open
got, like, a-
tube.
Was
in
it
one
like
direction.
double reed?
Double reed.
It's like reed had twins or something like that.
Oboe.
Two reeds together.
Oboe.
So is the bassoon.
Bassoon is a double reed? Yeah, that's like the most majestic giant piece of tubing you've seen next to an actual didgeridoo. It's a didgeridoo with a tiny tube next to it and keys.
It's a buffoon playing a bassoon on the moon
Next to a baboon.
in full view
Of a coon
on a pew.
being fucked by George St. Eaglin.
Pew pew.
No, wait.
Who?
No, Gil Faison. There we go.
Have you seen a bass flute?
A bass flute?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Yeah, there's like little.
Yo, man,
little
that's like a
flicker, right?
saxophone with a swirly swoop.
I stand corrected. I had not seen a bass flute.
Send that to me.
I thought I'd just seen, I guess, a really thick recorder.
I don't
or
know if I'm
something.
ever going to go through these podcasts.
That
and
thing
keep
looks like a
images, but
freaking muffler.
basically. Like
With like,
that's what you put on the back. That's what you put on the
silverware
tailpipe of
on
your
it.
car when you want to feel like a man.
I want to see Ron Burgundy playing that thing.
Basically,
You're gonna need a neck strap for that.
solid.
For
Oh,
those
yeah.
of you listening to the audio podcast,
Just look up bass flute. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just look up bass flute, and you'll be fine.
I'm sorry, did I get ahead of you there, buddy?
No, it's all right, man.
Alright, well, we can figure that one out.
Yep.
I thought your feelings were hurt.
No,
No, they weren't.
I'm dead inside.
Okay. Glad we sorted that one.
Even better.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
What do you have over there for the next weird instrument on deck?
What the fuck am I looking at?
That's still a flute.
It's
It's a bass contra flute, and then it's a bigger bass contra.
It's like a triangle melted. It's like a giant triangle melted.
Those look Photoshop.
They're so
They have
not.
They have kickstands.
Yeah, that's how big they are. They have to have
It's like a
kickstands.
bass, like a stand-up bass with the little like
God.
the little.
No, it's like half a
antenna at the
triangle
bottom.
melted down, and then they decided to add keys to it and blow through instead of just banging it with a twig like they normally do.
It looked like it was just blown up. Like
It's
in
a
post.
contra bass flute, sub contra bass
What,
flute,
does that
and
hit,
an
like,
alto flute.
Does that hit like?
Contrary to popular belief.
Thank you for that one.
If you're not
Mr.
gonna do it, I will.
Nah, you're clever pants over there with that shit.
You pick it up, I'll smack it down out of your hand.
That's why I don't have an erection right now.
I played this game with this guy on the phone the other day. I said, "Hey," and I was like eating something. He was like, "What?" I was like, "If you guess what I'm eating right now, I'll smack you in the face."
And then what happened?
There was a long pause, and he was like, "Well, now I'm scared to answer. I don't want to get it right, but if I accidentally guess what you're eating, I was eating
It's
cereal."
gonna be the build up like there is in How I Met Your Mother. Just one day you're just gonna smack the shit out of him.
Yeah, slap that. I was eating cereal. He gets Funyuns. And I told him he was right. Because I eat my cereal with Funyuns in it. I eat my
You eat your-
Funyuns with
See,
milk.
the
sorry.
funny thing is that do you eat cereal like normal people? Because I know you don't eat cake like normal people.
I don't eat cake like normal people, but I do eat cereal like normal
How do you
people.
eat cake?
My favorite way to eat cake is, I hope you're listening at home, You take
Keep it away from your face so
you
it
take
doesn't peak.
A slice of cake, preferably chocolate.
For your flavor taste.
Yeah, I mean, it can work with anything that doesn't have too much frosting, like fondant. Take a nice thick slice of cake, put it in a bowl, and then douse it with some milk. And then you want it about 2/3 of the way full onto the cake. And then you take it with a fork and you mix it up, and you blend the icing in the cake, and you kind of turn it into like this oatmeal mush. And then you take it with the fork and then you eat it that way, kind of draining out a little bit of the milk. And so at the end you have this nice, almost like a melted milkshake of cake and milk, and then you can slurp afterwards. But the really soggy pieces of cake and milk and ice cream, or not ice cream, of icing, this is very nice. It's something that my grandparents turned me on to.
And your dad too? Is it from your dad's side?
That's kind of
where the problem came from.
Picked it up from.
I just want to let you know before you bring in your comment, his birthday's always sucked. Mostly for that one reason. Everything else is solid.
Yeah, you must like tres leches, don't you?
I fucking love tres leches. I got a tres leches cake as a birthday cake one year, and I had 70% of it, so everyone can have a little bit. And they were like, "Oh, this is too much for me." And I'm like, "Yeah, y'all lost." And I stabbed it with a straw and sucked it through the big ass plate. Yeah, that's good, man. And it's weird because that to me is like last meal stuff. Like if I'm getting ready to get the chair or lethal injection, like I'm getting some of that, along with a couple other things. But there's other things that I can't eat because it's a weird texture for me. Yeah. And I understand like the irony in that. It's like, this is a bowl of mush. Essentially, like you took a solid and made it a liquid.
Feel bad.
I feel pretty great. Yeah. And I'm like, I shouldn't like this, but damn, this is good.
Nah, I get the texture thing. Because anything like oatmeal or pudding or
I can
yogurt,
do all that. I can do rice pudding, tapioca,
see, I don't like it, but you
mustard.
give me a good chocolate mousse.
I can only do so much of the mousse because it's so sweet and so light. If it had a little more, if it was a little heavier, I would probably eat less of it. But I think there was just one time where I had so much, and I'm like, this is inconsequential. And then I was just like, it's like eating a whole tub of Cool Whip in like 15 minutes. Like, I mean, yeah, you can do it, but
it's pretty accurate.
You're gonna be mad at yourself. Like I don't like ranch, sour cream, cottage cheese, blue cheese, mayonnaise.
But those sound more like flavor things.
They are. I'm a very like anti-condiment person. I like ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. Like I eat my salads dry.
I actually do too.
It's not like I don't think it should. If I'm gonna eat a salad, I don't need ranch.
I want to enjoy the ingredients in my salad.
Thank you.
Actually, my favorite place, if you ever get to go to Spain, there is a salad bar called Favorite. Fabiort.
Favorite.
Maybe it's a V. They've pronounced their V's as B's and it confused me all over the place. But they actually have like medium and large salads and everything else. You get two base ingredients, so pasta and lettuce or spinach, whatever you want. And
I can't eat cold pasta.
You don't have to get cold pasta. They have different types of lettuce you can get as your bases. Okay. And I'm not a big fan of cold pasta, but this place actually did it pretty well. Because I don't usually like cold pasta or pasta salad.
It's coming from Spain.
Like it's coming from Spain.
I'll check it out.
I reminded Daniel we still have that Spanish wine on deck for whenever they come down for a good visit.
Have you been to a Bodegon? It's a place. It was out on in Winter Park, but they closed down and they moved out to. Where is it? New Smyrna, I think.
Damn. That's a hell of a
they're on the beach. It's real authentic food. I've gone there for a couple times for my birthday. I'm a stickler about it. Like they'll come out with gambas al ajillo and jamon serrano, and they got the sangria on fucking deck, and it's the new location they have is like it's almost kind of like a church. You walk in and it's really tall ceilings, kind of like a second story. Actually, I think it wasn't a church because they have like choir,
like the organ and everything else.
Kinda, yeah. they don't like they have certain things that kind of look like a playhouse, maybe like little windows cut out, and then you put a little small table up there, and like it looks like from the bottom up, it looks like you're like in a balcony and in Spain somewhere.
The most interesting place we went to, I think, while we were in Spain the last time, was actually somewhere that our friend, my friend that I made his friend as well, Emmanuel, showed us this old prostitute house that had been turned into a movie theater.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. Because they had this actual full hangout section, like right by where... Was the movie playing up as well?
Yeah, it was on the second floor.
Yeah, so like it's kind of a very emptied out room, more or less, with some like overhanging architecture in a way. But it has that... This is where you do drugs. And there's a movie and there's a concession stand at the front. So like you kind of go underneath the movie to where the concession stand is. But the rest of it's just hang out with like benches or just side pieces, side chairs.
I don't know if I'd like that at all. Can you imagine going... Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool if you can leave your seat in the middle of a theater, in the middle of a movie to go get concessions, but you don't have to leave the theater itself.
Yeah.
But then it'd be kind of hard to like have a conversation with a guy and be like, I like the milked...
no.
Oh,
it's
there's,
not...
There's a floor.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you're, like, literally under the screen.
Oh, okay.
It's a large open room, and then the theater is above it.
Interesting.
We didn't actually go to a theater. Okay, yeah. So we were just in, I guess, the foyer, more say, but it's a really big, like, entry area. Like, where you buy concessions, but instead of just fake, shit carpet and ads everywhere, it's like, oh, this is where I'd hang out, smoke a doobie, chill with friends or something like that. It had that vibe to me.
It did have a little bit of that vibe. It was kind of like
just
a concrete...
small lounge.
Yeah, it was concrete flooring. It was interesting walls. It was that...
There's a set of chairs
like,
right there so you could watch like the
lighting. So it had...
So it was a lobby.
Kind of.
Yeah, but
like a dimmer lobby.
Yeah.
So then it makes me think more of a lounge.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's loungy, definitely.
It was.
It's a cement concrete lounge.
It was. Because, remember, this used to be a prostitute lounge, basically.
Yeah.
So the couches and beanbags.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yes.
More intimate kind of seating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that's good. Yeah, right.
Not yet.
Repurposing.
I think it's good repurposing, but it's also good. It's a good environment for a movie theater to have because usually people like to go on either a small group or like a one-on-one kind of setting. So if you can have, that'd be a good place for a date because you can go and like. Yeah, she doesn't feel safe. You hold it closer, get a popcorn, put a hole in the bottom. Well, it's more so there's witnesses and hang on, what? Go on. I'm gonna take to a public place before you whip it out, man.
No, he's just gonna cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn.
Yeah, inside the can is a private place for my.
Like a dick in a box.
I mean, I'm familiar, but have you ever had one of those popcorn shrapnel pieces spot welded in the back of your tooth? All right, now imagine one like 5 or 6 of those getting stuck at the base of your dick, or better yet, in the hole of your dick. And then she's rifling around there trying to find there, and she's wearing a bunch of bangled jewelry.
No.
But Melanie never wears bangled jewelry. I think it can stiff out the rest of it.
No, but you said popcorn kernel.
Here's the fun thing is that when she...
And I'm just like, oh.
Here's the thing. She sees guys getting fucked up in the nads, and she cringes. And I go, yeah, that sucks. Then, like... I see like women getting like their pussies kicked in. And I'm just like, you cannot relate.
Yo, what website do you guys hang out on?
No, this is Letterkenny. We're just watching Letterkenny on this one.
I mean, like, I don't think I've ever seen a vagina kicked in like that.
Well, it's already
where the guy like punts her in the crotch and then can't get his foot back out.
I don't know. Kate gets 2 solid kicks.
I actually have seen that.
What? Someone kicks a vagina so hard it goes further in?
But I feel like that's willingly. Like that's the appeal.
Yeah, like hello, I'm here to fist.
This is impact play. That's called jousting.
Oh Jesus!
Genitals. Do you remember Julia? She was in band. Very light blonde hair.
You know he went to University High School, right? You're in the wrong school altogether, sweet cheese.
I'm like, Julia.
Yeah, no. Are we talking about Julia that was dating Brent?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Julia that was, well, me and her had a fun moment in terms of like...
She had a boyfriend.
I ran over, I went to leave a parking spot. I was just driving around doing shit that day, and I went forward instead of backward. And I did not think that there was going to be one of those like parking bars. And I was like, "No, we're fine." She's like, "I think there's a parking bar." No, we're fine. And then hits it, and just boom. And my face is just like shock and awe, just frozen shock and awe. She's laughing her ass off at this point as we go over for the second bump. I was like, I was so wrong.
Yeah, you had that little Jimmy back then.
Square. So, what's your story with Julia and fisting?
No, she had a boyfriend that literally always asked people to kick him in the nads.
Oh, DeMonte?
No.
Okay, that's different.
No.
Hey, DeMonte had a certain level of pride in middle school that he basically had, like, removed all sensation in his balls, so he didn't have that weakness anymore.
I don't know if that's not something I necessarily brag about, because at the moment that it becomes...
I'm aware of what
is... You have to live your life a certain way until it becomes useful, and then it's like, haha, I've removed all sensation from my balls, so that way I can't feel any pain. It's like, yeah, but you also can't feel any pleasure.
Yeah,
I feel like that's going to be a long and lonely road.
I'm still hanging out on the one. I was like, how many good decisions have been made by certain individuals?
Wow. I mean, that's all.
That's a laundry list.
That's why we're here, right? Good decisions.
I'm very happy with
my. Go ahead and drink.
I'm very happy with my decision so far.
The funny thing is that you didn't have much decision making in that process.
Oh, to get here?
Yeah.
More or less, but this with the podcast was an eventuality. Everything else is either just a delay or a jump start.
You're talking about me right now, aren't you?
No, No? I don't think you jump started or delayed anything.
You're listening to the Jailhouse podcast.
Yeah.
The Jailhouse Parlor podcast.
I'm not going to edit that out. Like,
no.
You get to reopen. You can reopen this podcast as many times as you want with that voice. I'm not going to edit shit on this. Like...
Just like a one and done.
Oh yeah. Keep it raw, keep it plain, keep it simple, keep it, solid and true.
I think it's too many things to keep saying.
Sometimes things are many things when they're just one thing.
But what it's just, like when you have just like too many points to make and not enough time, it's like I wanna,
like you make a shit PowerPoint because you got overwhelmed when you were making it.
It's like in that fraction of a second I had a whole Comedy Central roast, whatever dumb shit you just said, but then it's like, script's written and it's done, begin production. I don't even really care about this argument. Yeah, you're right. Throw it out. It doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. And then we move on.
See, that's what I need in my life. Is that I need to have like
constant roasting.
No, well, yes.
I need to hang out more. I got you, bro.
No, I need
set them up. I'll knock
what I
them
need
down.
is like you, Evan, Trent, like just a nice line of like 10 people to just roast my ass, basically.
I mean, we do have a fire pit out back.
What websites you guys hanging out on?
Yeah. Okay, we're not spit roasting over an actual fire, okay?
I've seen that before. That looked like I heard.
In real life or on the internet?
Both.
Okay, so Burning Man,
One
Burning
of them
Woman
you,
instead,
one of them
or
you
is
have
it
to
gay?
pay for, but I won't tell you which one.
You,
I've not been to Burning Man.
What, you
yet.
paid Browser so you could see a woman over a fire getting
Who
fucked?
pays for porn? You were talking about different things.
Okay, I was like, what are you paying for? Was there a donkey show at one of your festivals? Like,
You
talk
never
to me.
pay for a donkey show. It's all tip based. It's after the show. It's after the fact. The show is free. And
Then you pay in tips.
It's exactly. Man, I've heard about it, but I've not seen that shit before. God bless, and here's an extra 10 for that guy. He's gonna need it.
You're gonna pay them to not show you the show, basically.
Well, okay. How do you think a donkey show goes? Do you show up in a room,
and then eventually
donkey
she shows up,
there's
and
a donkey there, and then the guy comes out and he fucks the donkey?
No,
Or does the donkey fuck the guy?
I usually have the impression it was a girl getting fucked by a donkey.
You're at the wrong show, man.
Didn't he get fucked by a pig?
No, he fucked an
he fucked a
ostrich.
pig.
You fucked an ostrich.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He did.
Allegedly. Yeah, but more often than not, the question is how are we gonna fuck this pig? Because that's apparently like the big question for everyone is how are we gonna fuck this pig?
Yeah, I don't understand where that phrase came from because
I think it's just a
Alright,
redneck
have you
balls
ever
deep and a squealing hog.
yeah,
but-
but have you ever seen a freaking like a pig worth fucking? Those things are massive.
I
Like
was
the
about to
size of
ask
a
you.
Volvo.
I thought you were about to say, have you ever seen a pig pussy, and do you think you could fit your dick in it? And that's actually the better question.
But to be fair,
It's not about whether or not I'm sexually attracted to a pig. It's about whether or not the pussy can receive my penis. I'll look at porn all day while I fuck the pig.
to be fair,
To be fair.
Foul.
pigs orgasm for 30 minutes.
Solid. That's enough
So
for me to
you
like get
have-
back up and go again.
Wow. That makes me think of that story of like who was it? The Baptist John casting the demons out of that woman and then into the pigs that ran into the river and like.
Oh yeah, somewhere in the Gospels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, they orgasmed and died while drowning. They're like turkeys.
No, that's heavenly.
Wow, that's a turkey. That's turkey bacon. It's like a turducken, but like gospel related, with an orgasm involved.
Next time you have a thought,
Let it go.
let it go.
Thank you, Ron.
I needed a big ass cigar for that.
Oh man.
Thought,
Let it go.
let it go.
You like chocolate?
I wish I would be as cool as Ron White in his
Dude, he's-
50s when I'm in my.
He's perpetually that cool.
40s.
Have you seen him on the Joe Rogan podcast?
No, I've not. I've actually surprised not watched much of anything of Joe Rogan's podcast except for whatever becomes viral. I think I watched that 10-second segment with Elon Musk, and that was about it.
Well, the Elon Musk was really interesting outside of like just the weed whole heist, but like so he has had two with Ron, and they're pretty cool hangouts and everything. He has had one with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and those are always kind of interesting.
Neil goes on lectures.
Yeah, of
Kinda
course.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw Michio Kaku, he did a lot of recycled.
Kaku.
Mhm.
Okay.
Say that name again.
Michio
Michio
Kaku.
Who is that? Who did it?
He's the Asian theoretical physicist with like the long white hair.
Oh, okay.
You would recognize him if
Oh,
you saw
that dude.
him. Yeah, you would recognize him if you saw a picture.
Probably.
He's up there with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
And Bill Nye.
While being charismatic and scientifically literate.
Yeah, for sure. He was
Solid.
very good at like painting a picture and entertaining stuff.
Nice.
I saw him at Valencia, and he did a lot of like recycled kind of material.
Yeah.
And then only took like a few questions. Didn't take mine.
Yeah, no.
But that's I don't really remember where I was going with this.
No,
so-
no. We're talking about like Joe Rogan and like certain episodes that are worth listening
And the
to.
fact
Like,
that you haven't listened to much of Joe Rogan.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I have this really bad habit where the more someone tells me to watch something, I won't.
See, we had.
Despite
See,
them?
that was my exact thing. That's why I never really got into Breaking Bad. Because you were like running that at me like hard.
So I never got into the Ender Game thingamajigger.
Ender's Game, the book series.
No, I
The
think
one that ends with Mockingjay.
Hunger Games.
Games.
Hunger Games. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
same.
knew that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Even with the Ender Games.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get into that until like the last hurricane that hit, and then I just read through like all 3 books in like 48 hours.
Though
You
the
should do
City
Breaking
of Ember
Bad
was
though,
good.
since you still haven't.
I got up to like season 2 around like this Polish.
Yeah,
I know it
it's-
takes a while to bring up, but
yeah,
like I got to a
it's-
point, and I hear you. I got to a point where all the characters were fucking retarded, and I couldn't stand it.
It's like with The Office.
Like no one was acting intelligently, and I couldn't deal with it. Like we take The Office like one episode at a time, like 1 month at a time.
Well, The Office is
Maybe.
a comedy.
It's hard to laugh at Michael.
That you.
And the rule that we were told is ignore Michael. It's like I'm sorry, but it's hard to ignore Michael
no,
when he's like
no, you can't ignore Michael. You have to include Michael because it's once you understand his mentality and the way that he would approach a situation, the rest of the show kind of like makes sense as far as like how things just kind of
Fall
leapfrog
apart.
and then spiral out of control, and then somehow like maybe kind of some silver lining. And it's a comedy of errors, and it so many.
relies on a character being so fucking flawed that they are like. There's a word for this, like cognitive dissonance, so hard that Fox News is flabbergasted. Like that's how hard Michael Scott goes with that character. Like, bravo on like the performance as an actor, but like I think, and I have yet to like listen to someone do an analysis of it, but they're basically like Office had to redo its formula for Michael Scott because after a certain point they'd reached the limit of the character and they had to revamp it.
I mean, yeah, for the first couple of seasons, it is very like slapstick, and it's kind of like it's the same kind of joke over and over. But I think that's kind of like the establishing of what kind of person this person is always
you're establishing the average, but then you have to basically like break the average if you're going to go anywhere.
But Michael Scott isn't the average of the show. Everyone else is more so like everyone else working there is more so the straight
It's a show
man.
with actually I think we can run this because Ray in Achievement Hunter and Wayne in Letterkenny, they're both the individual straight man.
Right.
In The Office,
It's shared.
all The Office is straight men.
Even though they have their own one-off.
They all have their own
parts.
little things, but
Right.
Michael Scott is the weirdo in the room, as opposed to one straight man surrounded by weird shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I like it because it's literally like it's like having the worst boss without there being
consequences and feeling the pain of that.
But more so without there being like bad reasons for this boss to be a bad. But like, you know, if you just have a boss that just hates you, or is just like he's racist or he's like sadistic, whatever. Like that's just those are reasons to hate.
This is a well-intended boss who's so
like the most well-intended, but
so
the worst. Exactly. I think having those two like polar opposites, it forced into this like awkward small-bodied man who
that's
like,
what makes it so funny for so many people.
Right, but there's also there's a character arc, you know, like, and you have to get through the kind of slapstick to find that.
You gotta get through the cringe humor in the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, give us a year. We'll probably
but cringe culture is alive and well, man. And if you can't,
dude, we went back to that '70s show. It's the funniest shit ever, man.
Yeah,
and we've been going through like comedy shows, like the Dairy Girls.
Something without laugh tracks, even though if you hear the laugh track, can you just like when you hear the laugh track, just like picture silence and the actors kind of.
Oh wait, no.
That's right, Jackie. Like
no, that was actually something that people pointed out with Ross on the internet.
Yeah,
is that if you remove the laugh track with Ross, he sounds like a psychopath.
Yeah, because it's always ending on a high note and then holding in. Well, okay, I'll meet you guys down there.
Yeah, like actually, I remember that with Jeff Dunham arguing with myself. Is that I saw two very different versions on Comedy Central. One that was like edited with like less laugh track, and one with like no edits but way more laugh track. And the jokes like landed totally different for me.
Huh.
Like even though you know how like the return on a joke is less the more you hear it.
Yeah.
Like first time like kills you, second time kills you less, third time fun, fourth time I need something else to watch. But like I distinctly heard a difference in laugh tracks, and I was like, wow, this joke was like deadly. Like, you know, the last time I was up here at my dad's watching it, now I'm watching the exact same special. Minor edits or whatever, but like less laugh track or laugh track different. I was like, whoa, well, that's.
Well, you know why that is.
Mirror neurons.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Mirror neurons are the lovely neurons in your brain which encourage you to mimic the emotions and everything that you are observing, including the laughter.
Yeah, it's how you actually. It's a socialization tactic, I imagine, biologically speaking.
Oh, see, I was way off. I thought there was like a little camera that Netflix installs to see like what you enjoy, and then they'll edit. You know.
See, that's a fun thing, but I don't think Netflix was alive
anyways.
then. Yeah, see that camera idea. No, Argument with Myself by Jeff Dunham was on Comedy Central, and this is back like pre-graduating high school, so like pre-2010, so it's probably like 2008.
You really think they didn't have that shit back then?
Okay, we're not asking whether or not the technology was alive and being used by the government or other companies. I'm asking if Netflix was alive.
Netflix was alive.
They were like,
but it was physical media.
Yeah.
Discs.
And discs are much easier to get a camera into.
And actually, discs.
There's a camera and a disc watching me from my DVD player.
Yeah, it's just kind of sticking out, half ejected. Just kind of like a tongue sticking out, like. Actually, Netflix just
like a cat
5 billion
like a cat's bloop tongue. Blep.
Blip. I prefer a lizard doing the blips.
Lizard more adorable than a cat with blips.
I just think when I hear the term blip, it sounds more like it would be coming from a lizard. Blip. Cat's more like a boop.
I like the blip from a cat snake.
A cat snake?
A cat snake.
You wanted to like get
a
picture of that
from like a Yoshi.
No, it's a ferret.
Okay, a cat snake is a ferret.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Oh yeah, because we just saw Ren's ferret last night.
What's the difference between a ferret and a minx? And a Maine Coon.
Okay, well minx is
also a boa constrictor.
I thought a minx was the hoe that steals your money, but
Maine Coon is a cat that is mixed with a raccoon because it can make a shit ton of sounds.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a red panda for a second.
I want a red panda. If I was ever like an anime character, I would have a red panda as a pet.
I'd want a desert fox, a fennec fox. They've got the big ears.
That would be cool. Actually, I might want an otter, so that way it can be like, you know, I can be like a pirate and it can go in the water.
Do you want a river otter?
Yeah, those things are like the size of this table.
Yeah, they're 6 feet tall.
Yeah, they're big enough to kick your ass.
Ride this shit in a battle. Anything can kick my ass. If I'm bent over, strapped to the barrel.
Oh.
Otters are vicious as fuck.
You missed it when we saw that otter when we were at the camping out there in Little Big Econ. Were you there for that, or were you off shitting?
I may have been pooping.
You were off
I saw
pooping.
Yeah.
You were off pooping because we saw the otter, the little otter in the lake, and he was going. We thought it was a branch at first. In the
Did we ever
stream.
go camping together?
Yeah,
when we went to
Econ.
when we went to the plateau there in the Little Big Econ, they
Where
had
you brought your fire sticks?
college kids running through.
Oh yeah.
Andrew puked his guts out because he mixed Gatorade with liquor and that cigar and the fucking coconut rum because he's fucking retarded. Yeah, Lee ruined my fucking flask that eventually got stolen by putting coconut rum in it. Fucking bastard. Love you, Lee, but fucking bastard.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that was a good night.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
I have a flask from my grandfather when he went to communist Russia.
Oh, is it filled with hate?
No, I mean it's empty, but it's got the communist stars. I got the CCP, CCCP emblem on it, and I was like, this thing's rad, but I don't know if I can just drink out of this, like novelty item.
Way to drink in Stalin's hate through your grandfather's flask.
Well, Stalin was a loving man, but anyway, it was a gift. But
The
I just
gift of loathing.
I don't want to be investigated, like all my life be tore through, just for them to find out that like I have no ties to Russia. I just like dumb shit.
You know.
But it's gonna be like they're gonna dig out so much.
Stop taking me seriously. I'm retarded.
Thank you. Like I need a sign. It's like I just do dumb shit. Don't push.
Don't put me on trial. I just do dumb shit. Like.
Come on, Your Honor.
I think you say.
You were young once.
I actually know someone who's still being phone tapped and recorded by the U.S. government because he mentioned the communist and the Red Party too many times.
Right.
Who is this?
It was probably someone doing the book report.
Do we want to name him?
No.
Okay, cool. Moving on.
Probably not doing.
Blueberry muffins are amazing.
Chocolate chips are better.
You bitch.
Muffins. My favorite is Israeli-Palestinian conflict muffin.
Little Miss Muffet
What the
sat
fuck
on
is
her
that from? I
tuffet,
remember that shit.
eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her. Said, "Yo, what the fuck in the bowl, bitch?"
What the fuck in the bowl?
What's in the bowl, bitch?
And along came a flash flood and washed him down again.
Where the fuck is that muffin Israeli Palestinian muffin joke? Is that Dimitri
From
Martin?
the internet called muffins. It's like shoes.
Oh, you remember
Get some
shoes?
Who doesn't? Well,
Oh god, get some shoes.
I
or-
remember shoes. I can't say who doesn't remember shoes because there is a generation of people listening to now who does not remember shoes. Where to get them, or even that Hugh Laurie was in the video.
Let's get some shoes.
He was in that. He was the Purple Man. For reasons I have the slightest clue, but I don't need the answers. I'm okay with
Without
that.
the answers.
I'm okay with my suspension.
Are
of
you going to look
disbelief.
up the answers now, honey? Because you have to know all the answers, don't you?
I don't know if you could find the answers. You could state the question.
She's stubborn enough to find them, I think.
The question is etched in stone.
She's the kind of person that will go through the entire Uno deck just to know what's in the Uno deck. Like, she went through my entire Captain Hook deck when we were playing Villainous. You went through my whole Dark deck while we were playing last night just to see where my shit was. Like, to find out if my map was at the bottom of it, fuckfest.
Happy birthday, twins.
A computer and a car. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Kelly, go ahead and open your present.
What the hell?
What do you expect? Condoms?
Nice present, Kelly.
Shut up, Deck.
Skank.
I'm gonna backslap you, shitbag.
Stop fighting. You two are twins. Goodness sakes. Don't they have the same thoughts?
Shiz. PlayStation.
I wonder if I could get flagged for this shit.
Responsibility. Tom Selleck. Ah, fuck.
Kelly,
Everyone.
where are you going?
Out.
Over.
Kelly, what are you gonna do with your life?
I'm going to get what I want.
Goober. If we're not flagged by this point in the podcast, I'll be surprised.
All credit goes to the creator of the song.
Oh Jesus, I don't think that's gonna work.
Now you can't demonetize us.
I don't get money out of this. I'm trying to check if the audio quality is worth the shit while it's going through the goddamn mic.
Shiz. Oh my god.
Cheers.
Let's get some shiz. Let's get some shiz. Let's get some shiz. Let's get some shiz. Shiz.
Okay, honey, you can end that shit now, please.
Oh my god, shiz.
So you got your
But it's
freaking.
shoes.
Honey, you're not even that obsessed about shoes to begin with. I have more shoes than you.
These shoes suck. These shoes suck. Ah!
That's acceptable.
Let's party.
Do you remember the cookies as well?
Let's get some cookies. I'm sorry, what? Where are we going with this?
Go ahead.
We doing another callback?
I like the Assumption song.
I'm gonna make an ass out of you and me.
No, it was like, there once was a pretty little girl and she sat down on it. And it's like, he starts leading into like what you think is going to be like
A nursery rhyme or something like that.
Boys like lifted up her skirt and showed the feller her fluffy puppies and the and it keeps
Have
going.
you seen the Have you seen the? What was it?
Yeah. No, that was.
I know
that
exactly.
was fucking great, man.
I know it was.
I love it when you talk.
I know, me too.
What was Yes, Melanie, you had something for the class.
No, I'm trying to find it. It's one of those
What was the
ones
thing that
that's
Tom
so
posted?
old.
The guy that's in the guy that's in
Old
the parlor.
Greg?
No, the parlor thing, not the old Greg shit. Fuck
Old
old
Greg.
Greg.
Oh!
The parlor shit with
I've
the
got
fuck?
no more fucks to give.
Yeah. I've got no more fucks to give. Have you seen that one?
No. I'm just looking at the sliders. Only 2 of them are reacting.
Well, that one's on a YouTube, and then that one. Well,
One's
No,
the
this is
mixer,
number
the
2.
other's the headset.
yeah, this is number 2. Otherwise, the whole mixer's just for one thing.
Heard.
I'm dramatically mouthing all of
Is
this.
this the ukulele?
Yes.
No, it's
No,
it's a banjolele.
A banjolele.
Yes.
Ukulele banjo.
Yeah, it's got a classic look that I think you'd appreciate. It's a good full song.
I like his attire.
Yeah.
And the setting.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing is really
Like just in a
nice.
suit shop.
Yeah, basically.
Do you have a... You did the Gangsters 1920s party before. Do you have
Well,
a
no, we just did
suit?
1920s. You could have brought Gangster if you wanted to, and you did when you brought you and your dad.
You got like a suit like that still? Or no?
What are you talking about?
Like,
You didn't wear
like
a suit.
pinstripe? No?
I don't know what I wore that party.
Okay.
I think I was fancy. I might have worn the barber thing, but maybe not. No, that was 2 years ago. No, this year's just gonna be Stranger Things. So if you want to be like Steve Harrington and lose every fight except for against the Russians, go for it, man.
That would be good.
Dude, you have the hair ready. Like
I'm
told
gonna come in already like bruised up.
dude, I'll
Boy.
punch you. I'll punch you to
No,
help
I'm not
out.
gonna do the excuse. That'd be funny, but I'm not gonna do the excuse. I'll do the normal like.
Yeah, I told everyone. I think I told everyone on the Facebook you can do all 3. I don't really give a shit. I'll go upstairs, get my Christmas lights, do the thing like on that back wall right there or something.
That'd be great. No, I'm gonna come as a Winona Ryder.
Oh Jesus! Sitting there with a
Just
bunch of
freaking
magnets.
out, yeah.
Like, what's wrong with my magnets?
Falling off my fringe. That,
You need to get like a little doll or something like that. Like, what's wrong with my boy? Rips on off.
Where's Will? Where have you seen my boy?
You're fucking great.
Everyone needs to find
You-
the
you-
number on Reddit.
You gotta be. Yeah, that was good.
Oh yeah, the phone number. Yeah, with the voicemail for season.
You
3,
gotta
that
be
was fantastic.
11.
No, I actually think I'll be Alexis. I think I'll just. I think I'm gonna dress up for it, and then I'm gonna
Who?
like leave, walk
Alexi?
down. Alexi, yeah.
Ah,
Alex, yeah. I'll just walk down to 7-Eleven, get a cherry Slurpee, and come back.
You gotta get the big
I
Woody
know.
Woodpecker.
I don't have to.
Woodpecker?
Yeah, you won Woody Woodpecker. At the
Oh,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, you dumb
I mean,
bitch.
you can get away with like a big Scooby Doo or something.
Yeah, you know, something like. Oh, Woody
Some
Woodpecker
kinda-
more than anything, but because he was watching the cartoon too. Woody Woodpecker's driven home in that.
I know, but how do you?
I'm just gonna go get a Slurpee, and be in a white shirt and
You're gonna be
curly.
gone for a couple hours.
You know what's fun is that I can drive down to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee.
Yes.
It's gonna be like a minute.
got the easiest costume. It's just like a white button up. And
Yeah, hi, welcome to...
Just distressed a little.
Just
Just work out
make
in
sure
it one
you
Yeah,
day.
you
the-
know.
the
You know what I can do to
glasses.
upgrade it? I can just have gunshot wounds. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Solid. See? Cherry? And you don't know if it's a gunshot wound or I spilled.
We need the Russian.
Yeah, well, actually, if we can get Phil could be the Russian.
Who are you gonna be?
She's not going to shave her head to be 11.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You'd be Maxine.
Yeah, get some red hair. I'd fuck that.
I already
Well,
have the red
okay.
hair, technically.
Yeah, well, you have Ariel hair. You don't have, like, Maxine
That's
red
true.
hair.
Well, she's a
That's-
minor, so maybe we should change the subject.
Actually, what we're
You
gonna...
should be Hopper. Come on with a Hawaiian shirt and a mustache.
Yeah, you know, if we
Magnum
actually collect
PI,
enough of
man.
my beard trimmings, you could probably put together a mustache.
I'd say you just take apart a dry eraser.
I was
and
about to say it's better.
just
Oh. Well, damn. I've been collecting my pubic hairs for... Anyway,
Someone
go from
needs to
beard
play
hair
the
to
season
pubic
one
hair.
man.
jumping hard, jumping fast.
The who?
The one that got eaten by the Dimmadog.
Demogorgon dogs, yeah.
The Dimmadog.
Oh, yeah, Samwise Gamgee.
Oh, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sad face, but good emotional moment, good performance.
Yeah. I wanted him to come back as the villain.
You wanted him to be like...
Really?
Well, you
I
wanted
don't
him to,
know
like,
how,
take his
but I just
body
think it would be
away and...
funny. I don't know why.
It's like, hello, and he's there, and, like, Joyce is all, like, ruined and shit, because now he's, like, inhabited, and...
To be honest, I just wanted to see. In my mind, it was like a Mr. Frodo, and then like his face opens up to like a flower mouth. And I'm like, fuck.
So you wanted Samwise Genji to go back.
Yeah, but at that point, you need
Yeah.
Elijah Wood to show up, like, this is what you get for being such a disrespectful shit! Eats his face.
And then just flower petal.
Just crushes his
Wraps-
face like
yeah,
the Venus
wraps around his
flytrap of
head.
faces he has. My, let me just give it, what a series of unfortunate events you've become.
Did you watch the Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events?
What, the Netflix series?
Yeah.
I think I watched the first part-ish one of that, and it didn't have a lasting impression, but I was excited that it was happening.
Did you ever read the books?
Yeah.
Okay,
we
because
read
I
them.
did.
We read them in class. We got through. I can't remember how high we got, but we got through a good deal of them.
Good majority of them.
Mm-hmm. I think there was 8 at the time. I think we got through like 5, because my teacher was really into them at the time, and it was a good book.
You definitely kind of had to get past like the first series.
For sure, it was slow, and
Yeah.
it was just kind of like setting up the premise as far as like this is what's happened, and then now like
They have to
here
live
are all
with him
these
and try not
other
to die.
people. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, where it's like this
Spend
is
the first
Ned
season setting
and his
everything
family,
up.
but don't get too attached to Ned or most of his family
Or anyone.
And the rest is the rest of Westeros.
Yeah, it's all gonna
Introducing.
burn and die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I don't know how much justice the books did it, but how they found out about the VFD.
What show are we on right now?
Series of Unfortunate Events.
Oh, okay, I'm still out of
Remind me
this.
what that is again.
Volunteer fire department.
Sounds so familiar, but I can't remember what the premise, why that's a thing.
Because
It's like a hoax for something, right?
no, they were the voluntary fire department for putting out fires all over the world, and so they did metaphysical fires and also real fires, and so they did.
You want to explain what a metaphysical fire is? Like, I'm about to have a divorce. Please save me. Like, what are we talking about here with a metaphysical fire?
It's
VFD.
metaphysical.
Dude,
Like they
Bruh.
had, they were like a secret society where they had spy glasses.
I'm
to see
waiting
coded
for an
messages
example
and-
of a metaphysical fire.
Like a false flag.
Jason, shut the fuck up.
Operation. What the government's been collecting. Get out the
Volunteer fire department.
What?
I was waiting for you to Google metaphysical fire.
That's a good band name. Maybe just for a track. Maybe not the band name. It's
Metaphysical Fire, track 1 of the what's the album called?
Marching through traffic.
Marching through traffic. Track 1, Metaphysical Fire. It's a pretty good writing.
The band's called 7 Car Pilot.
Okay.
No, Marshmallow Steam Shovel.
Oh. Marshmallow Steam Shovel?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best use of the mind to actually come up with a randomized name. Next to
What about Argyle Summer?
Argyle Summer?
Mm-hmm.
Argyle's a word?
It's a pattern.
Argyle is a pattern?
Yeah. It's a textile pattern.
Oh, okay.
With a bunch of diamonds.
Square. Okay. Gotcha. Well, diamond, but rhombus. Go on.
Indeed.
Would you like your metaphysical fire?
Yeah, what's a metaphysical
I
fire
like
in the world of unfortunate events?
Parallelogram.
I like parallelograms too.
Because they're parallel or because they're grams?
Because it's fun to say. You were saying earlier? Not parallelogram.
The schism is a fire starting side versus the firefighting side, because the firefighting side commits arson and also likes to cause panic and mayhem, while the firefighting side literally puts out fires and also figuratively puts them out by calming people down and making the world a quieter place.
Okay, so gag orders.
Sounds like our government.
The CIA is a metaphysical fire putter outer?
They're also a metaphysical fire starter.
Yeah, but that's between a coup
Thus,
and
the
a
Metaphysical
necessity.
Volunteer
Schism.
Fire Department.
Schism. CIA, home of the schisms.
I did enjoy that word.
Schisms?
Schisms.
Oh. So
They
it sounds like a
use-
word that shouldn't be a word because it sounds like it should be the end of a word.
Sounds like a word that some people would like have it like be like, ew, don't say that. It's like saying moist. Schism. What's a schism? Ew, don't say schism.
I think you somehow made schism sexual, and I'm okay with that.
No, it's schism sounds like a scab.
No, you have this
infected
certain-
with like a zombie.
You're running through a tone of voice right now that's just perpetually sexual, and
How is this sexual? I still don't understand like why what this is doing.
I'm very okay with all that's happening
I
right
should
now.
really stop right now, but I can't seem to find a reason why to.
Why should you?
Why should I? What are you gonna do if I don't?
Oh, the tension is rising.
What are you gonna do to me? You gonna strap me down? You gonna tell me what to do? Am I a bad girl? Are you gonna punish me?
Spanky!
No, that's when my mom was like, all right, enough's enough.
No, what's your opening that you've had forever that you've never taken on stage because you don't go to the other bar? Or
What's your favorite cousin?
What's my favorite cousin?
Your favorite? Everyone's got a favorite cousin.
No, I can give you my least favorite cousin.
I don't want to hear about your least favorite cousin. I want to
Okay.
hear about the
do you want
moral
a
complexity
do you
of
want
your
the male or
favorite
female?
cousin.
Do you want the male or female favorite?
I want the
cousin?
female cousin because
Okay, her
everyone's got a
name
favorite cousin they
We'll
want
call
to
her
fuck but
name.
they can't.
We'll call her name
Kevin.
Karen.
Okay. Karen Carrot.
Karen Carrot. Either way.
Can't carry a note.
I'm
Go
waiting.
on.
Oh.
It's your story.
I'm not.
Don't let
creating
me
this-
take it from you. Go. It's your story.
I'm talking about your opening that you've had forever.
I'm not going to open that with these people.
You don't say the N word in anywhere in there, so it's pretty.
No,
fine.
but it's a different
You know,
time now.
this is my podcast.
This will be turned into like an admission and be used in court against me, and I got to be careful what I say.
Please, you don't have enough action to actually end up in court.
But like, I believe
That
enough
could
conspiracy
change.
that
It could
things can
change
be
suddenly.
planted against me.
Yeah, well,
So I could just.
we're
be-
using this production as a thing for
Investigative discovery?
investigative discovery.
right, and that investigative.
See, as someone that used to be a performer, you not watching Oh Hello is kind of making me sad because it's a great exploration into original character development.
Well, like I said earlier, the more people kind of recommend things to me, the least I want to watch them.
Okay, so
You should never watch Oh Hello.
or anything by
I'll
John
show you.
or anything by John Mulaney or Nick Kroll.
There's going to be a 5-page report on your desk on Wednesday. That's right. I'm
Which
almost
desk?
30. I'm still writing 5-page reports. I don't have to read a book or anything.
I'm impressed
but
you can write
I will be
more
great.
than a page.
It's more of a typing thing.
Typing, going on, I'm still typing, writing, either way. You pulling off 5 pages?
Well, I don't really type it myself per se because my hand gets cramped, but I also have a voice to word thing, so it's just me pacing around the room, just kind of speaking. It's almost like I'm writing a novel.
How do you properly indent and start the next paragraph?
You say space.
Really?
There's a lot of
That'll tab it.
there's been a lot of
I learned something today.
trial and error.
Trial.
Sometimes I say indent, and it just spells out the word indent.
And then you say fuck that, and it's by text. Fuck that.
Yeah, and it just
Sometimes I say comma and it actually puts comma.
Yeah, cunt. Well, that didn't work out.
So, I'm hanging out with this 8-year-old. And we're just...
That's not even how it starts. Don't you dare ruin
Playing
the same joke you've had for 5 years that you just throw out anywhere. Church, synagogue, mosque.
I've never been to a mosque.
Same, but still.
They're actually beautiful.
They are. Oh, did you see that thread that this guy put out where it's a full appreciation boost for African architecture?
I saw it. I didn't click on it because I was driving.
It's
And I
fantastic.
didn't want to look at my phone while I was driving.
The full post is on Tumblr, and I spotted it and saved it. It's gorgeous. I'm like, wow.
The thumbnail looked nice. Looked like something out of Wakanda. And that's not a joke or something like that. It just looked super cool.
Wakanda is something that's inspired out of Africa, so that,
I feel like that's a thing. Don't come after me, y'all.
by the transitive property,
not a
you're not a
witch hunt.
racist.
I am not a hex girl.
Wait, what? Oh, I just thought of like the Pixie Girl.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, is that that Cartoon Network show that was
No,
like
it's
Hex
the
Girl? or something?
Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh yeah, the hot band. Oh yeah. That might have been one of the first batch of animated girls that I wanted to have sexual relations with before I knew what sexual relations were.
No, for me that was Josie and the Pussycats.
No, Totally Spies was when it was like full on too. Kim Possible?
Yeah, those triangular boobs. They're like half pipe ramps.
No, that's Tomb Raider. No, like
Nah, man, Kim Possible. She had curvature.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
she had swoop like
it was high swoop.
yeah.
She had the orangutan titties. They just couldn't really. They just couldn't draw them, you know.
No, what's the green chick's name?
Oh, Sheila?
No, it's Sheba or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Sheba or Shira, something like
God
that.
damn it.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. Kim Possible's like
She had the whoof.
green. Oh, she was a monstrous woman. Was it Kim Possible?
That's what curved my taste in women. Hey-o! You're listening to the Jail Park.
It's Shigo.
I'm doing the fucking intro, man.
Go ahead. I will not interrupt you.
The timing is all. No, I'm gonna
You know what?
make
I was
another
about to
drink.
mute you just for the sake of it. What, honey?
I'm gonna make another drink.
He's unintentionally doing the oh hello skit. Don't you dare mess up my fucking intro ever again.
Oh, God.
I gotta start watching this shit.
It's a good Broadway show.
I'm down with the Broadway.
Apparently he fucks with the Broadways.
He fucks with the Broadways, which is a good thing because someone needs to wear a condom in that relationship.
What the hell are these things out here?
What are you talking about?
These little packets of rocks or something.
Packets of rocks?
Different colors.
Oh, that's her art.
Look like candy.
They are not edible. They are resin. I don't know if you'd get diarrhea or die, but I would not put them in your mouth and then swallow.
They're plastic. They'd probably cut up your insides pretty good.
Like bone from a murder victim. House references in the house. Pointy fingers at you too.
Lies. You're drinking.
The police? That's who you are! I will say watching like YouTube clips of Oh Hello lets you know that for the Netflix show they put out a full energy performance. Jason's
Some of
back.
that Sprite.
Yeah. Here's some Sprite.
Some of that Sprite, yo. You get a kick out of this. I was running from the cops about 6 months ago, and I was going down one way. He was.
I am
pulling
debating
out.
how true a story this is, but go
You'll
on.
find out in the end. I was going down one way, and he was pulling out of a.
You're driving.
I'm driving. Yes.
Okay.
He was pulling out of a parking lot, something on the right, and I was just doing a U-turn, and so I turned into the left lane to then do a U-turn.
Mm.
And as I'm turning around, because I could see in my rear that he pulled out, and he's hit his lights immediately, that he was pulling into he was making his way to the U-turn, and I'd already turned it around, and so we kind of locked eyes, and I just kind of like pointed back at him, like, that's right, bitch, I got you. Because there was another car that had beat him into the turn lane, and then more traffic started to follow me, and so that car then had to wait on the other traffic, and then he had to wait on that car.
So his
And
ability to catch you
was just gone. Yeah, and then I zigzagged, and so it was kind of like in that moment, it was very slow motion. I just kind of raised my hand, pointed at him. We kind of locked eyes, and I was just like, got away. It's like a catch me if you can moment. But I knew that he couldn't catch me.
That's as close to feeling like Leonardo DiCaprio that you'll ever feel.
No, man,
I want you to restate that tip of how to avoid alligators.
Oh, how to avoid alligators? Oh, that's easy, man.
Make a U-turn and zigzag through traffic.
No, because that's what they want you to do. You ever seen a gator burst out of the water? Their tails, it's like an arrow. They kind of curve, they go back and forth, and they use their tail to go to kind of they
help
they
their
zigzag
momentum.
themselves to go in a straight line. They'll meet you in the middle. What you want to do is cartwheels. I'm gonna tell you why. All right, because let's say you're running, right? Your legs can only go so far. That's half your body length, right? But when you cartwheel, that is the full extension of your body. And so one rotation.
You get the full 6 foot.
I'm 6 feet. One rotation is 12 feet.
Oh
I made 12 feet in like a second and a half.
You're using the full circumference of your body to
That's
run
it, man. Like, why would you not do that?
Come on, the Da Vinci Man.
And not only like if he's right behind me, I
got
have
the hair.
I have an appendage out to him to kick him away or punch whatever at all times. Like there's never anything that's.
I want this
turned
video.
away from
I want
me.
this video shot into a bit.
Yeah, could we do like an animated?
We just need to get a gator
Adventure.
that's not gonna actually eat you.
I just need a gator. I just need to get close to a gator with my hands up, in cartwheel position, getting ready and like waiting, trying to egg the gator onto. Okay, lunge at me. So I
No,
cartwheel away.
we can get Sammy on this. If we can get video at where she doesn't work, then we can like pull this off. We have a friend that actually works. Like,
Reptile Land.
basically,
Yeah. Not big amusement
this is
park in
doable. This
Central
is
Florida.
definitely doable.
We can also just reach out to
You got a lake in the back. I'm sure we poke around. There's
Oh, yeah.
something in there.
Did we see a gator back there once?
Yep.
I'm sure.
We did.
there was a little 3-footer.
Yeah, a little 3 for 1 Tiffany and them were here.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so there's a gator back there. You can fuck with him.
There's a
Wouldn't
couple at my office
put,
too.
wouldn't
So
put
you
your penis
probably-
inside him. He's not a pig or an ostrich.
No, I'm not Steve Irwin either, but
Square.
I was
Well,
about to say we could always ask his son.
yeah,
The
you
gator?
can get little Irwin in here.
I like little Irwin.
He'd probably have a gator you could fuck with.
Word.
I don't want to fuck with the gator. I just don't want to fuck a gator.
You want to cartwheel away from a gator to prove your circumference theory.
I'm just thinking that's like
The most efficient way to move
it's the safest
cartwheels.
end of it. Yeah, and just in general.
Just
And then
rotating
I'm
your
re-
body so fast the gator can't catch you, and if it even gets close, it'll get knocked in the jaw.
That's it.
Word.
Because you know how you keep a gator's mouth closed, you just clamp it down.
Yeah, you can
So
hold it. You can
he's-
hold it with just like your hand can keep it closed.
Right, so it's like if he's lunging at me and my foot's coming up off the ground, like, oh, I'm just gonna slam that.
Uppercut.
I'm gonna slam that drawer closed.
But
He's probably gonna rethink his life and his choices. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll sit down and have a heart to heart and have some s'mores.
yeah,
It's better than getting an otter involved.
yeah, they don't give a fuck about your cartwheels.
I mean, I like otters, but I feel like they've got like little man complex. They've got something to prove.
They do, because the
You know,
otter will
they
take down a
don't.
gator.
They don't need anything to prove.
What are they
I
like? The
like them, man.
Chihuahua of the otter subspecies or something like that?
That's right. Otters are the chihuahuas of otter species. They're their own subclass of their own.
What is it like
Chain.
lateral? What would be like lateral to otters? It'd be like ferrets and mongooses or something like that in a way.
Probably mongoose.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or a badger. What about a beaver?
Nah, badgers are their own like alien species. They don't give a fuck about nothing. You want to talk about an invasive species? Fuck Godzilla.
I feel
And
like
badgers.
Don't give a fuck about your kids.
I feel like a badger is kind of in the middle between an otter and a platypus.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a bill.
I read something earlier today that said that platypus are the only animals that can produce milk and eggs, and so they're a portable omelet source.
Well, they can give you a full breakfast. I don't know how good platypus bacon is, but I imagine you can turn it into something.
Now you'd probably want to remove their venom sac.
Well, obviously that's. Oh wait, they're the perfect thing. You can have breakfast and murder before lunch.
I like to have my murder
Before lunch.
later. Well,
you
actually
want-
later in
what?
the day.
What? Kill your victim and then have breakfast?
Well, I'll
You
kill
wake
my-
up early in the morning, don't you,
Well,
buddy?
I make the whole process, the whole preparation, the whole day. So that way, when the sun goes down, I have my murder, have my red rum, and I have my
Eggs Benedict
thank you.
with a
And,
side of Bill.
yeah, and so it's just
What do you like? Hang the tail and the skin on the wall, and it's like, oh yeah, that's
I'm
my.
more like in the bathtub having like it's
Wait,
all about the earthly pleasures.
Are you the kind of person that puts your freaking deer head that you just shot last week on the freaking mantle above the toilet so you can stare at it while you take a bathtub?
No,
and
I never
masturbate. To
I never get my own.
how you killed Bambi's father.
I never keep my own heads. I always move them on to some others, and I actually
What, you
actively
gift your hunts to other people?
I sell my hunts. I sell my trophies for other people to have them who haven't shot them, and so that way I can get other ones who I haven't shot, and then I can stand on the toilet, and I look at them, and I try to figure out their story. Because I already know this guy's story. I don't want to be going over the same story.
You know the story of the Bambi dad that you already killed. You want to know that.
Exactly. Let's pass him on to another family.
I'm sorry. How high are you where you're taking these showers while you're sitting there trying to figure out the lives of other Bambi dads?
I was pretty high, but I wasn't even in the shower. The water was running, but
water's running. You're brushing your teeth, and they're going like.
For no reason did I even think, why did I put this 12-point buck in my bathroom so I could, the humidity was just not favorable.
No, that thing will get moldy up and eaten alive. Like, if you don't have rodents in there by the end of next week, I'll be surprised.
No, but what I want to do is I actually want to get the antlers from one animal and
put them on the other animal?
Thank you.
You want to put some moose in on top of a platypus? What, then it can impale, bite,
that
produce milk?
That would just be silly. A moose antler on a platypus. Look at the ratio.
No. Two moose antlers. You gotta have proper proportions here.
On a platypus.
Yes.
A moose is taller than Jason by like 2.
I'm okay with that.
But this proportional, like it's clearly all right. Take a jackalope. A jackalope. The proportions are just enough to where it's like
you could put those horns on a platypus.
That could maybe happen. But the horns would have to be super scaled down.
That's okay. It's called a file.
No, I'd rather get it from something else.
Okay, so what has antlers but it's tiny? I mean, you could just get giraffe antlers. They're tiny little nubs, but they could probably fit on a platypus and still look proportional.
Like, I would rather take the Hercules beetles, the one with the big claws, and I would take those off and I would put them on my. I was in the Disney movie for a second. I was like, "There's beetles and Hercules."
I
put those on a meerkat. Because that poking through the skin...
Timon, what the fuck have you been doing?
That's something that's a little more proportional. Like, yeah, that's an abnormality. That would grow out of him. It's not something that's twice the size of his body length.
Timon's looking devilish right about now.
He's been pretty hardcore.
Yeah, man. Don't eat Pumba no more. Fuck that bitch.
Easy to dig holes with.
Mm-hmm. Bacon on top. I just realized we actually have the verbal back and forth that's equivalent to the hockey players in Letterkenny.
Yeah, I don't understand why we hate them so much. It's like looking at him.
Ferda.
Ferda.
You're just been sitting here listening to this bullshit for like 10 minutes going like, oh god, I have no edge in
You
this.
wanted to record with us.
You did.
I know.
You actually basically told me in the last podcast, like, what the fuck am I going to do for 3 hours? Just sit in the other room and not say anything? And
That's
I was
why
like...
it needs to be video, so that way we can just... We'll have like the back and forth between us and then her just in the background just
staring up at the ceiling and
just
pain.
Hurting
basically.
Inside, and you could see it on the outside.
The thing is that I have to figure out how to play the game of mounting like a bunch. Well, I have to figure the game of mounting like 3 to 4 cameras in here, and like the camcorders that I found on Amazon that could do the job are about like $200 a pop.
What you should do is come from the top down.
I could do it top down, but that's only good for like a tabletop game.
No, but think of the approach of a top down. Everyone's got an individual arm that has a camera that's pointed at them going this way, and so
here's the thing, that fan is kind of necessary until I basically like wall this off with plywood like they did over at Ren's.
Well, I mean, as far as
because the insulation is necessary.
As far as a simplistic, I'll use it in air quotes.
Yeah,
upward, you can build a platform to go over it and hang something from that doesn't interfere with the fan.
Yeah, I could, or I could just basically get some easy wood mounts, plug them into the drywall, and just have camcorders mounted on that.
If you're actually going to use a camcorder, I'd hope you do it in your Camry.
There's been a Camry in my family since my mom had a Camry before she upgraded to the Santa Fe. So your Camry reference is a little outdated there, bro.
I don't know, man. It's the #1 selling car in America.
Yeah, but here we are. No one's got a Camry in this trio.
In 2017.
Sorry, man. You still have that Toyota Tundra from back in 2009?
It's a Tacoma in 2001.
Yeah, whatever. Tiny white truck, looks like a Ranger. Couldn't haul shit if it wanted to.
Runs like a beast.
I'm sure it does.
Pulls plenty of tail.
Get your Ferda bullshit out of here. You don't get to say that here.
Ferda.
Oh, Jesus, here.
I mean, Ferda, I guess. Yeah.
Here I am in my third car.
It's like that's what she said. Like, I mean, I guess she said that.
I guess she said it.
I don't know why. We still don't know why she said it.
It's not an official reference in any, like, book guide, but fuck.
Was that whole thing a bit, or was was that the last part? Was that the bit?
That's the exclamation point at the end of the bit.
Oh, okay. Also, did you make what?
I made a whiskey sour.
With Mountain Dew?
No, I didn't put enough whiskey in it.
He's a little bitch when it comes to his
I did not mix properly. It's not because I'm a little bitch.
I forgot. Are you driving home tonight?
You know, it's funny.
No, I don't want to hear it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go add more whiskey to my beverage right about now.
That's okay.
There's
There's a boy.
Would anyone like any refills in there? Bebby does.
Can you actually just top me off with a little bit more rum and ice?
Okay.
Thank you.
He's so offended.
He's always offended. And that's why we like him. It's nice to have someone who will take the burden of making a scene for the benefit of the group to get what we want in the moment.
That is Aaron to a T.
It's like if, can I speak to a manager, you know, who's a person. Like that haircut.
He would look pretty sassy with a Karen haircut. You'd look pretty sassy with a Karen haircut.
I'd own that place. I'd get whatever I want. I'm sorry, my food came out wrong and a little cold, so I'm gonna need everything remade for free, and then also a gift card for next time. No, I would you like to read the Yelp review? I've already typed it out. So what do you want? You can either just go get that, or I can press send.
What a Karen.
It's like if you put the ball in their court like that already, you force their hand, and every manager will tell you, "I mean, it's not my food, it's not my money, so just give the lady what she wants, and we can both still have a job."
Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm. I'm not normally that kind of person, but I've been fucked over by enough of those people to where I know how the game goes because I know what everyone else has gotten away with, and I was only trying to do my job. You fucking bitch.
Welcome to Steak and Shake. It
Sorry,
does that to you.
I don't know, that happened at like just about every serving job I had.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I didn't know every 16 bottles of wine we have on tap right now, or fucking whatever. Like, I just named like 12 of them, and you don't know what you want. Maybe it's just not wine. Would you like some water? Water's on the house while you think about it. Also, there's a menu right there that tells you everything that I don't know.
Right.
So
Clearly
what's your
she
end
doesn't
game
have
here?
eyes.
Right. Like, do you just want to... You want to get to the end of the rope? Or would you like to look down and go, oh, the rope ends at some point? Because I could just tell you, man, this rope's only like 5 feet long. That way you don't have to climb down there and you know, maybe I'm not going to get on this ride. But if you want to jump to the end of the rope and then go, what the hell? Look, lady. This is an analogy about rope.
Alright, here's the top off for you.
Thanks, babe.
We're almost out of ice too because I left the fucking tray out and no one reminded me that I was retarded.
So it's our job now.
Clearly.
Alright, setting the timer.
I created new ice trays and put them in the freezer, so could have some ice in a while. Are you brushing your eyebrow on the mic head?
Yeah, I'm hoping this picks up.
I can check and see if it's picking up right now. Yeah, I can hear it. And you're purring. It's the kind of sound effects I expect out of StarCraft, not a human, but
That's what I expect out of Jurassic Park.
also yes.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Chico, Shoda, Dracul.
Shoot her.
With too much rum.
No, just enough.
Your face says otherwise.
He says as he.
It's what I want. It doesn't mean I gotta. My body has to agree with it.
He says as
But
he
that's not
cringes
what's in
and
charge right
pours.
now.
What's in charge right now, Jason?
My brain.
My mind's telling me no.
But
My body,
R. Kelly had sex with underage girls.
What?
Oh.
Pedo,
Yeah, we're singing different songs.
I've seen more things we need for the sound where we need like Evan's thonk sound. And then just like, pedo alert! Pedo alert!
This episode of the Jailhouse podcast.
Jailhouse podcast. Are you okay there, buddy?
Slurring my speech.
We'll see how many versions of the Jailhouse Parlor you can do.
Jailhouse Parlor. What made you think of that one?
So
Tell me the story
no,
of how that came.
literally Ginger
Regale us with the epic of how this one came to be.
I'll get to it once you start cutting me off.
Cut.
Go on.
basically. Now,
So,
no, we were like thinking because
Can
we were,
you?
it's funny because I didn't have to do it that time.
son of a bitch.
Tell your ginger
So,
story.
anyways, I was making. All right, you go ahead. Are you doing
Oh,
the?
everyone's getting on. No, so I was hanging out with you and me actually were hanging out with Ginger at one point. We had already had pseudo for a while, and I kind of wanted to move away from pseudo in a way, just because I wanted to have something that's just a podcast for like my own purposes, as opposed to pseudo, which would be more everything involved. Like pseudo would be the equivalent to the Rooster Teeth podcast, while the JHP would be like more for
Like Funhouse.
Funhouse podcast or for
So pseudo is more like full screen. And
yeah,
JHP is
yeah,
more
like pseudo
off-topic.
will play the overarching aspect, while JHP will
Pseudo's
be
the parent.
yeah, pseudo's parent company to JHP and whatever else sort of gets birthed. And like we were just sitting there like brainstorming on names, and we were hanging out with Ginger and Ginger's, and I was like, "What? You come up with something?" And he's like, "Alrighty, let's go with like JHP, like for like freaking acronym." And I was like, "Fuck, that's gonna be Jailhouse Parlor." And he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Alrighty, we now have our fucking podcast name," and that's how it came to be.
I mean, hey, that's as dumb of a fucking story and waste of time as that was. It's pretty cool, man. I like it. Yeah, like Red Jumpsuit Apparatus chose their name by throwing darts at a board with different
Well,
pieces
Childish
of paper.
Gambino got his name from a
Yeah,
Wu-Tang Clan
Wu-Tang generator.
scrambler, so
They actually have pretty damn good music.
I mean, we're not gonna hear talking
Wu-Tang
about
Clan
that.
or
Yes.
Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
No, Red Jumpsuit.
It's alright.
Also, yes.
I enjoyed their shit.
It's okay if you're into that kind of stuff.
I actually took one of their songs and did a parody of it for a biology class.
Oh no, that sounds cringeworthy.
And that's gonna be on the next podcast, right?
Oh no,
That's the intro,
dude. If I can get like something, if I could, did you sing it or do you just have the lyrics written?
What was it
No,
about?
it was about
Pardon.
mitosis.
Yes.
We need a singer that I can actually like try to perform.
I would need to find it again.
You need to find this.
I don't know
You
if
just
I
don't
even
know
kept it.
I need
It's
this
not something
like.
that's just
No, it was in 8th grade.
I need this by next Monday.
I don't know.
No, it was
basically.
in 9th grade.
Certain things that like you
I need
just gotta
this.
stick with you.
Honey, I need the lyrics, so because I'll send it to Daniel. I'll send it to someone who can sing.
Send it to Kimberly.
We're gonna get like
Do you want Kimberly to sing that shit?
we're gonna get like a youth group.
I'd have
Band
to like
together.
rewrite the whole thing.
No, you don't. You just have Kimberly sing with whatever the fuck you got. Like, are you certain that the lyrics are dead and gone in the dumpster from you throwing out your old like school shit?
Pretty sure. I'd have
Okay.
to double check. It was
Then-
9th
So then we
grade.
just remix it. If anything, you know more about mitosis now, and your wordplay has gotten so much better.
Quite
if I do
possibly.
say so myself.
Indubitably. Yeah. You talk more now.
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly. No, you talk more now. Good news. Way to use that mouth.
You should feel well about yourself.
This is also true.
I like to be a grammar Nazi.
You
like to be a what
Nazi?
But only on like very specific words.
Oddly specific things?
No, just like something that's like good and well. Like I do good and well all the time, but I don't. But I have no authority to speak on that because I are dumb.
Well,
And,
granted, but I mean, you could still try to make the world a better place.
yeah, but only
Even
in
that
the,
is
but
being a
only in the
grammar
image
Nazi.
that I want to see it as.
So you're shaping the world to what you wanted it to be?
So I guess I'm a fascist.
Well done there, Mussolini.
You know, he wasn't that bad a guy.
Wait, how can I follow with this? Mussolini? Yeah, that works.
Yeah, we can move that.
J Moose.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into it.
Oh no, we can hang in the
Credentials.
gritty.
You know, who was it? It was, Quavo.
Oh,
I think,
Amigos.
Yeah, he
Okay.
put out a song and it was
How to fuck an ostrich.
no, it was hang on a second. He was like, I'm more like Gaddafi, not no Gandhi. And it was funny because I think it was like a couple weeks after he put that song out, like Gaddafi was like
Murdered in the streets.
Yeah, it was just like shot and like stabbed in the butt and like just completely like dismembered.
Does this make you uncomfortable?
I just realized that we can stream this now and record it at the same time. I finally made that connection.
A little bit, but it's funny.
Oh Jesus! What are you looking at?
I spent too much time.
Beginning parentheses? An unmatched left parenthesis creates an unresolved tension that can stay with you all day, period. No end parentheses, because you're a bitch.
Yeah. I spent too much time looking for the other parentheses to read that first before I could read the rest of it. I'm like, this thing doesn't have an end parentheses, but it doesn't matter. Not having an end parentheses. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. No, this.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what Lindsay actually did?
Middlebrook? Or Wells?
Ray?
Oh, my girl. Yeah.
She went in and photoshopped it and put the other parentheses in.
Yes. That's almost worse because now
we need to get her in here. I need to figure out if we need her and Manny. I don't know if they're still good or whatnot.
Call 6 or 7 people, man.
I have a list. It's just that it's somewhere in this house, and I need to go through
We found it.
We did. It's just somewhere still here. I didn't find it here. It might be down there on...
We found it and then he lost it again.
No, it's in that box down there, I think, underneath the table.
Did you guys ever want to cut and then start recording on a second one?
No. I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
Like, if I'm... Like, it's
files.
Let's put it this way. This is still the beta test. What we're going to do for the... What are you doing, honey?
Okay. We're going to turn down the volume, and then you're going to do the intro. Okay?
Oh, God damn it.
You're listening to the Jailhouse Parlor podcast episode.
This is the beta test number 2 still, fucker.
This podcast is brought to you by and with special thanks to
Jason for providing voiceover for this commentary.
fucking A, Aaron. I wasn't done. God damn it, now we gotta leave this in the fucking intro. It's our family time. Jailhouse Parlor podcast.
That hit. I might keep that actually.
It's actually pretty nice.
I can do
Yeah,
better.
it's not like Jill. Was it? Train all day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day. Do you know how he got that opener?
Nope.
He was literally interviewing someone post match after they won, and they just yelled that out.
Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, that like you listened to at least the opener of a Joe Rogan podcast. Where it's,
No, he just looks at the short clips. He's never listened to the opener.
Yeah, I've not had the
You don't
full-
have long-term commitment ability, do you?
No, I do have intimacy. I have commitment issues. That's right.
Yeah.
He
has issues.
What was the? You said something like 10 seconds ago. Can we go back to that? Can you say that again? Can we?
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
No. See,
That's the opening line that he like sampled, and I
would
may very
train
well.
all day.
I may very well take what you just did as the opener for a few episodes. Because what we're going to do, actually, and I'm really excited about this idea. Because I've seen...
Hang on a second. This is a JHP exclusive right here, folks. This is what you're paying extra for.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jason. No,
Dude,
so...
don't say my stage name.
I thought your stage name was StarCraft.
He doesn't even know what that game is.
That's my DJ name. I don't know what StarCraft is.
What's StarCraft?
StarCraft is a space fleet management game.
That's close enough.
Like Dota, right?
It's close.
I know Dota's more of like an RTS. And
I thought Dota
Actually,
was
RTS is what you would apply to StarCraft, and Dota is what you would apply to like single RTS because there's only one unit you
you
really
say
need.
StarCraft or Spacecraft?
StarCraft.
StarCraft.
Spacecraft, I have no idea.
StarCraft
I was
is like
actually thinking Starfire.
I mean, I know
That's
what
a
that
character out of DC.
is. That's a Rule 34 tab that I have saved.
Oh, Starfire?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I know which episode you're talking
I don't
about.
care that she's black.
She's orange, but go on.
Whatever.
She's Cheeto colored.
I don't like to project.
Chester Cheetah fucks with that bitch.
I don't want to project my president on my fantasies.
That's
Sorry.
fair.
Sorry.
No, so what we're actually going to do for this October annual is we're
What are you
actually...
doing for this October thing? You've been telling me so much about, and you can't shut up about it. Go ahead and tell me this.
No, so we're actually going to run this, we're going to run the podcast, maybe even live, and what we're going to do is probably set up instructions like on the wall or something like that, just tape up instructions. So about every 30 minutes, there'll be a new batch of people coming in to just shit talk for a while, or whatever, while the whole rest of the party's going on. So that door will be closed and locked. This room will be only for entertainment purposes. This will probably be like shrink wrapped and making sure it doesn't get fucked up by dumb shit and towels and stuff on deck. But basically, we're just gonna run the podcast for like from probably like 7 o'clock till end of night. So that'll be the big premiere grand opening for JHP.
That's not bad. I would have a couple talking points that you would have with specific people that you would say for
Nah.
for them.
No.
Well, just because if for whatever reason if enough
we haven't
people-
had a focused talking point since you and I started with Melanie here.
And look how well this is going.
Oh, it's going fantastic by my estimation.
Is that what you call it?
No, I'd say it's pretty
Looks
fun
like
and
you need to go back
fantastic.
to school.
Fun, fantastic, fruity fuckfulness.
Fucking estimator.
Looks like you need to go back to school and relearn how to write a goddamn story.
Not here for a story. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
There's so many things right now.
You have a laundry list of like retarded shit Aaron has said with his mouth.
You go on? What?
There's a lot of retarded things you've done with your mouth.
You want to expound on that one, honey? As someone that I have intimate
I know when
relations
she
with,
says nibble, you don't actually, you don't.
you don't
bite.
use teeth to their full
Yeah.
extent and
Well,
power.
which earlobe tastes better, left or right?
That's a good question. I'll let you know next time.
Usually left.
My left earlobe usually tastes better than my right earlobe, honey.
No, the left one usually tastes better in general because the right one, people are always messing with their right ear.
You're pre-tenderizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
it's
this one's a little more soft and squishy. It's like a butt. Like
a baby's butt.
No, just
The baby's butt that you had when you were a baby.
and a respectful adult-aged butt. Some of them are super soft and squishy, and some of them and big, and some of them are big and like firm and muscular and like kind of like a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Like so, it's different strokes for different folks. You know, different strokes to move the world.
So we're okay. So
What was your favorite Richard Pryor stand-up?
I've never actually watched anything of Richard Pryor.
Well, you can go ahead and.
Do you know who Richard Pryor is, honey? Sad face.
I know Don Rickles.
We know.
That's
yeah.
all right.
No, Richard Pryor is the godfather of stand-up comedy. Next to is it Buddy?
Now, it's
Or
very
what's his face from the 50s?
possible. It's very
Forgot his face.
possible that I've heard him
Steve
and just
Martin?
not known.
No. There was one guy in the 50s that really
I don't
started
know
stand-up
names of
comedy.
people.
Outside of Mark Twain, who's kind of considered as like the person that started stand-up comedy in a way.
If I'm going to conclude Mark Twain, I'm going to include Cyrano from Shakespeare.
Oh yeah, just standing up and being able to like talk and like have a good.
But just rip on people.
What was
Yeah.
the dude's name?
Richard Pryor?
Yeah. He was an African American stand-up comic who basically paved the way for stand-up comedy. Period.
He did a lot of cocaine.
Also, yes,
He caught his hair on fire.
he's actually the most influential stand-up comic for most people in the current generation of comics.
Yeah. Did you guys see Dave Chappelle's new stand-up?
Yeah, Sticks and Stones, pretty
Yeah.
fantastic, and it's also I'm sitting there going, yes, finally someone else saying "fuck you, PC culture" when it's getting too
Yeah.
goddamn
That was-
oppressive.
That's why I like him
Blazing
because he.
Saddles, dude.
Oh, he's at the point in his life where he doesn't
which
give
is
a
also has Steve Martin in it.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's Gene Wilder maybe.
might be, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Blazing
so
Saddles.
sad when Gene Wilder passed.
Yeah.
People keep sharing that post.
Yeah, well, they keep acting like he just died. It's like he's been dead for like 2 years.
I keep seeing it and I'm like, they've been dead longer than that. And I
Yeah.
keep seeing it and I'm like, oh no. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's
I'm
already
like,
dead.
I'm reliving the trauma and I'm like, damn it, man. I gotta.
Gosh,
He's fucking gone, man.
it's like seeing your ex from high school when you're at like some.
Did you know that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is all about the 7 deadly sins?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, Gene Wilder only agreed to play Willy Wonka if he could actually, you know how you
Keep
first
the
see.
suit.
No.
No, the opening scene.
The opening scene that they have for Willy Wonka when he's walking up all sort of acting all crippled and old,
Mhm.
and then he flips to present himself dramatically. Gene Wilder only agreed to play the character and do the whole damn thing if he could do that, because then they would never know whether or not he was
lying or telling the
lying or
truth.
telling the truth as a character.
Well, I feel like that you would probably know that he was lying about being elderly if he can do a somersault and then click his heels together.
Well,
and be
he's
like,
that.
well,
Well, here's the thing: is
he
that
may be old,
we're
he's not
implying
bad.
that Willy Wonka actually has some faking and sort of acting ability, which lets you know that this character, like Willy Wonka, is not everything he seems, and sort of gives you the subtle like intonation that he could be lying to you.
The other thing that was fantastic about that was that none of the cast actually knew what was going to happen.
When he was walking out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their reaction was completely genuine.
Yeah, well, so was like everyone's reaction when Leonardo DiCaprio actually sliced himself on Django.
And when Matthew McConaughey was beating his chest on Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole, when they're having
Was
lunch.
that set improv?
Need to see
Yeah,
that.
he was like, those are rookie numbers. You need to get those up. He's like,
Oh, have you seen
like
the
Leo's
Quentin
looking at his director, like being like,
Have you seen Once
are we
Upon a
still
Time in
going?
Hollywood?
No, I've not. I've heard good things.
It's
but
good.
I've not.
It's good.
It's long though, isn't it? It's
I don't care.
Almost 3 hours.
Unconcerned.
Probably.
Unconcerned.
I think
mean,
it is.
Brad Pitt does a really good performance for a very like silent character, more or less. The only thing that I actually did
He
feel
doesn't need to speak.
he doesn't. But the only thing I did feel when I was watching was actually the Bruce Lee controversy that's arisen about it. Have you seen that?
Somewhat.
Basically, there's a Bruce Lee moment, and you could see it as being disrespectful to Bruce Lee, and that's where his daughter has sort of taken it in terms of contention with Quentin Tarantino's writing. But it's a really interesting thing, and it's sort of like it's a weird way in terms of how Quentin shaped Bruce Lee in that scene. But highly would recommend, especially if you know anything about like go look up the Sharon Tate murders and like
All about Manson.
and Manson.
Yeah.
Get all that in the back of your head. Like
I heard it had a lot to do. It revolved
well,
around that.
like so I watched it without any backstory, and then I went and got the backstory. And went, I need to go rewatch this because it'll create more tension.
Oh, yeah, it was a
when
big
watching.
deal at the time.
Manson was so fucking short. He's 5'2".
He was quite short. Have you ever seen Bad Times at El Royale?
No, but I believe that went really well.
That was really good.
What was that?
That was with Jeff Bridges and Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
A couple other people.
It was a part of because there's been a slew because there was the you okay over there, honey?
Yeah.
Just doing the don't forget the thing.
Yeah.
But then she remembered. Sorry.
Also, I love your ring.
I believe Bad Times at El Royale was running on the same energy. I believe that because Hateful Eight, Bad Times at El Royale, and then the Orient Express. At least by my estimation, because I only saw
those were kind of spread out.
They are spread out, but they had a similar energy of like here's a very original screenwrite. Because like so here's like sort of the issue is that we're in an era where there's nothing but revamps. Like so like a mutual friend of the podcast, Aaron Bryant, actually is only excited about Mulan because everything else previously has been all the live action shit. They're just redoing the same thing they did in the 90s and previously where it's all animation. So like the Lion King that just came out that was like, had its problems. It's the same fucking thing. There's nothing different. Same thing with like Beauty and the Beast. Like the only thing that's like really heart-stopping and amazing and wonderful about that is that they have in the new song the Beast does and it's Emma Watson playing Belle. Otherwise, fucking woo. But for Mulan, and I definitely agree and get the point is that Mulan's actually going to be far more historically accurate as opposed to something that was like probably
That's not going to resonate well with the audience.
well, which audience? The Chinese audience where there's billions of people there, or the American audience where there's only millions?
The American audience who's hypersensitive about
Or
things that are
the other
currently
Of
don't
the
have-
American audience who was upset with the original Disney version because it was so historically inaccurate.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, we're hanging out on we're kind of caring too much about the minorities to get butthurt too easily over nothing.
Yeah, but now we live in a society of victim warfare where it's
Yeah.
anyone with a platform and a soapbox can just become.
Yeah, well.
Welcome to the new word to get what you want is I'm offended.
Well, that's a phrase, but go on. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm not really like.
See this? You keep saying that, and it doesn't feel to me that you are sorry. And so until I see some change of behavior and maybe like some actual tears.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I need to see some tears, homeboy, or else I'm not gonna believe you at all.
You okay there, pumpkin? Getting something in your throat there?
That drip though.
I'm sure it was. Didn't swallow properly. Bad day. Remember?
It's drying up and it's making a coating in the back.
Get enough coating in there and you've deep throated properly. You don't have to be able to swallow.
You guys ever huff paint?
No,
I'm
sorry.
gonna give you a tip. Skip all the colors. Go straight for the metallics.
Why is that?
It's just more bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying?
What, death faster or?
Just like a better buzz.
A better buzz?
Yeah, and
What?
it tastes better.
Tastes better? In your nose?
I mean, your mouth. That's where you taste things.
Okay, well that's
That's how you
usually where
huff
it is,
things.
but you're trying to tell me to huff paint. Isn't that through your nose?
No, it's through your mouth. So you huff.
What, do you like kiss the paint and then inhale deeply?
No, you spray a bunch of it in a paper bag and then you
Breathe it in deeply.
breathe it in a couple times.
How many times have you done that?
Like 6 or 7, but
How'd it go?
it's fucking awesome. That's why I'm telling you guys you should try it.
Go on.
But go with the metals, you know. Don't go with, like, you don't want to be picked up
See,
for,
I feel like when you add a metallic aspect to the huffing of paint, it just makes it more cancerous.
I mean, but what isn't these days? That's like also like supersizing your number 7.
Oh no, I don't.
So if I'm gonna draw my number 7,
I like to think that I
I want that
actually
bitch to have
kind of
be
prefer
chrome.
just. This is where I go to Five Guys instead of McDonald's because they like a real burger instead of a plastic one.
yeah, but you're paying for twice as much.
I'm okay with quality.
I mean, I guess, but if the end result's still gonna be the same, then why don't you not just cut out
Oh no,
together?
the end results are different. The poop that I put out for Five Guys is actually used for compost. The poop I put out for McDonald's is better off being used to make Little Debbie's.
You segregate your poop, or you get paid.
Most days of the week actually.
All right. Have you had the Impossible Burger from BK yet?
Negative, but it sounds delicious.
I actually had one not too long ago. It wasn't
What's
bad.
on it?
I mean, it's just like a normal burger, but it's the
Oh wait, yeah.
Vegan, isn't it?
Yeah, well, no,
I guess,
Toasted
yeah.
has it. Toasted has the Impossible Burger. It's a vegan burger as well.
okay.
We went to Toasted. We didn't
Well, I
have the
haven't been to
Impossible
that
Burger,
one.
but we did have.
Well, we can
I
talk
finally
about
got
it if
my
you want
Shut up! I'm talking.
Yep.
The my barbecue hickory smoked barbecue. Yeah, it's basically like mac and cheese with like pulled pork on it and some barbecue sauce on a toasted toast.
Huh? You know,
Okay.
I was watching The Land Before Time.
How'd that go?
It was
Prehistoric?
yeah,
Was everything not like? Well, I mean, those are
Sounds
dinosaurs.
was
Jurassic.
pretty
Yeah.
prehistorically.
I mean, those
accurate.
dinosaurs have eyebrows. They might have more emotion than Simba did with Childish
Well,
Gambino.
fucking tree stars.
I'm all about my tree stars, bitch.
Fucking true.
Don't you dare disrespect the tree stars.
Listen, I think that's really what helped me
Move
learn
past
to
your
like
addiction?
salad because
Wait, you added tree stars to your salad?
well, I just a tree star looked so
I'm sorry,
good.
you
I
could
just
literally-
wanted to eat
You
herbs.
could literally go to like Pride Rock and sell that. Well, not Pride Rock. I'm fucked up.
Why can't I? It's called Plymouth Rock, and that's in Virginia.
Also true. Was there an actual name for the promised land that they had there in Land Before Time?
I don't think it. I think it was more like referred to as like the land in the north or something kind of obscure like that. Where it's
Well, like
it's
Westeros or like
no, but just like
what was the land of the north with the?
like just the land east or a land far away from here because this is
Well, it's all about having a
Changing.
journey.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the place is called. I don't fucking know, man. The show's about fucking dinosaurs and shit. I didn't see that shit till I was like fucking 7 goddamn years old. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm tired of your fucking attitude, man. You ask me damn questions. You know damn well.
Wait, it's a promised land. Are the dinosaurs Jews?
Because we're going to the promised land.
Yeah, we're going to the promised land.
Shout out to VeggieTales.
Word.
Bob the Burger. Sorry, Bob
Larry
the
the
Tomato.
cucumber.
And the Builder. Larry the Cucumber and Larry.
VeggieTales,
I'm trying to think of another Larry right now.
No, it's just it's all we care about. Everything else is just broccoli, celery. Gotta be VeggieTales.
Boom, 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 boom. If you don't like pirates who don't do anything, then you
can
really
fuck off.
weren't a children of God. So
No, word, son.
looks like you're going to hell already.
That's it. What was the other Larry the Cucumber? Well, there was the. Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where, 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 oh, where?
It's
Is my hairbrush? Oh, say boo.
This is the Fable. I have that song on my Spotify for some reason.
Solid.
This is a sad Cebu. This is a mute Cebu. And this is a 6-7.
Cebu's not even a real animal. What are you trying to teach these horrible kids horrible things?
I think it is.
Cebu.
I like his cheeseburger.
Thanks for filling that out for me, honey. I did not know that. His cheeseburger? Larry's cheeseburger?
Yeah,
his
no.
cheeseburger.
Larry had a cheeseburger?
It's
The
it's love
cheeseburger
songs
love-
with
love
Mr.
song?
Lunt.
Yes.
Where Mr. Lunt comes out and sings a love song.
Oh, yeah. Or Larry comes out and sings a silly song.
Right, but
No.
Larry had the day off, so this
Larry had
is
the
Mr.
day off.
Lunt.
Yeah, okay,
Mr.
so.
Lunt.
Ah, solid.
The one
No.
where he's in love with his cheeseburger.
Oh,
That's your cheeseburger.
Oh, the peach?
It's yummy cheeseburger.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
wait for you. Oh, yeah. He'll wait for you. Oh, you are his cheeseburger.
There's a certain amount of memorization you've gotten into this song that lets me
That
know.
one is also on my Spotify. But But I love the way they did the nondescript branding. Is like, isn't this Burger Bell? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Burger Bell. I know it doesn't exist, but what a great way to blend two.
Way to promote a restaurant that doesn't exist.
Right, but sounds great. Sounds like a place that I would live at.
I know.
And you have
Just
any
like
burger?
Mr. Lunt. He was
Oh,
at the
wait.
drive-thru.
So out of all the burger places
And
that
she
are
said they
actually
were
local
closed.
here in Orlando, what do you have as a favorite burger place?
Favorite burger place?
You got like Five Guys, Shake
Are we
Shack.
talking fast food burgers?
No, we're talking
Or-
quality
I
burgers.
like
Fuck
Shake
McDonald's
Shack.
burger.
Shake Shack makes
Oh,
it
Shake
no,
Shack
I'm
good
not talking
burgers,
about-
yeah.
good burger, man.
Solid sauce.
I also like Rock and Brews.
I haven't eaten there yet, mostly because it feels way overpriced compared to anything
It
else.
is a little bit, but I mean, you do get
Quality.
quality, and you get
size.
portions.
Uh-huh.
So it is more money in the end, but for you get the food that you pay for. And so for some people, it's kind of hard to kind of wrap their head around. It's like, wow, $13 for a burger, and it's like, yeah, but the burger's like half the size of the plate, and you get fries. And then,
Yeah.
you know,
Are the fries good?
fries are alright.
Because like Five Guys fries have fallen off like hell.
Yeah, I mean, like they're
Bland
good.
potato.
They're good. They're seasoned. They're
Oh, like
Uh,
Checkers fries good or?
not Checkers fries
Oh,
good,
okay.
but we also do have truffle fries,
Oh.
which wow.
Fantastic.
You had...
What Jimmy Buff? Oh, was it Jimmy Buffett's Mojo fries?
No, those
That's
are
a whole
pretty
bunch
good
of yes.
too.
Checkers.
Very, patatas bravas.
Patatas bravas?
Oh,
Donde?
potatoes bravos. Yeah, that's like potato wedges, isn't it?
Yeah, it's potato wedges, but it
Donde?
has this like aioli sauce on it, and it has the truffle oil, and I want to say it has egg, but that's probably wrong.
Where is this?
It's just a
It's
Spanish
a
dish.
It's offered a couple different places, just depending on where you go. I don't think I've had that because that sounds like something that would just have too much on it, for my particular liking. But I've heard it. referenced
you're
in
actually
before,
pretty
so I
much-
think I get like half credit on that one.
Yeah, you hang out on pretty much like straightforward, dry, bland, no
Oh,
sauce.
so I mean, because
You don't like condiments.
right, if someone hands you
yeah,
a
you hate
cheeseburger,
mayonnaise with a burning passion of 1,000 suns.
yeah, if you like, I'll take the bun off and I'll just fold the burger in half. If you get a cheeseburger with just meat, bun,
And cheese.
and cheese,
You're pretty good.
yeah, I feel like for most people you can't mess with it, you can't hurt it, but you start adding, okay, you like mayonnaise, you always say, yeah, can I get some mayo on that? They go, bet. They take their hand, they throw the spatula away, and they dig their hand into the bowl of mayonnaise, and then they high five your bun, and they slap both of them together, and they go, here you go, man, I got some mayo on there for you, and they literally have 3 cubic tons of mayo on this tiny little bun, and it's like, I can't eat this now, man, because all I taste is mayo. I don't even like mayo, but take that same equation, add it to any condiment, and that's I don't trust people, man.
It's like, hey,
give me
instead of
everything on the
getting
side, and I'll do it myself.
Yeah, instead of getting like a leaf of lettuce, it's like, oh, that's a tree.
Right, or it's like,
Tuna.
what about tuna?
Too much tuna. See, you just need to watch Oh Hello, and we'll get over this.
Oh, yeah, so it's,
No, don't watch Oh Hello.
I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Oh Hello. You'll hate it.
Hello.
The burning passion of 1,000 suns.
Oh, hello.
It's 1,000.
There's a certain amount of synchronization you and I need to work on.
I know.
But if we never get it, I'm pretty okay with that.
Marital problems. Are those cigarette? No, those are goldfish.
No, it's... What are you talking about? We have no cigarettes here. We just have
No,
cigars.
it's goldfish.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. It's
A
goldfish.
snack that smiles back. Goldfish.
Well, that's...
You trying to smoke a cigar?
No, I'm trying to smoke a goldfish. Pay attention.
Bitch, I will smoke you under the goldfish table. Crush them up in your hand, put them in that pipe. Bro, they're orange, but that smoke comes out purple. I don't even know how.
I don't know what just happened. I really don't know what just happened on that one. It's like a blueberry of smoke.
It's like a blackberry, but yeah, it's fruit.
No, blueberries have a whole different color game going on, man.
They're blue.
They're purple.
I feel like
They're like a
blackberries are purple.
reddish purple.
Was it like blue?
Blueberries?
Yeah, blueberries have like
Yeah.
blueberries have like a blue
If they're
screen and a green
starting to
inside.
ripen, I could see that. Yeah, like that kind of like those reddish splotches. But for the most part, they're blue. I would say blackberries have that deep purple
Yeah,
hue. That's
They
called.
do.
like some. Oh fuck, Blade. Actor that played Blade. Help me.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes, Wesley Snipes kind of like dogmas going on.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen.
What a racist.
Can you not? I'm going on skin tone references over here, okay? If we hang out on some, like, white as hell...
People have told me I'm like Wes Snipes with lead pipes. So don't dabble with that apple, because the swagger like mine turns those apples into Snapple.
What rap lyric did you just rip off?
It's from Odd Future called Rella. I do not own any rights to this song. just a big fan. Tyler, if you're listening, send me some tickets or something.
God damn it.
If you don't add it in now...
If you don't add the request in now...
Right, when, not if he hears it. You know, he's not obligated to help a brother out. Can I say brother? Can
I don't know what you are and are not allowed to say, but... Like,
I don't know, man. I grew up with a lot of people, a lot of like older family members who would throw around brother and brother, like, in a very casual manner, and like that was their thing. It applied to everyone.
Yeah. Like,
and I always not idolized that, but I was like, no, I mean, I've always wanted to be seen as one of those people that was like laid back enough to where I can call anyone like, "What's up, brother?" and they not get offended and see that I'm.
I think we need to start getting away from the goal of not offending anyone, because at some point you're just going to constrict yourself into nothing.
No, but I never wanted to be too laid back to where I wouldn't be able to defend my argument, and then it's like, you can't call me brother. You're not a brother. Like, I'm calling you brother.
Have you ever had that kind of encounter or altercation in any way?
Not in so many words.
Like, too friendly, and then there's like, you don't know me like that. It's like, well,
yeah. But in those particular instances, it was always someone who, in my opinion,
was always too easily offended anyway.
Well, in my opinion, they kind of led on to the chumminess of like, let's get comfortable, and then when you do, it's suddenly you've crossed a line that
it's a trap more than anything.
I crossed a couple times already, but now you're making it. It was kind of like a trap. Like, you just need something to argue about. So it's whatever, man. You're no longer my brother. So
it's like, well,
all right, sir. You have a great day, and I will see you in the morning tomorrow. Good day, sir.
Is that burp included?
I was gonna say mañana, but I thought that would be too loaded of a statement. That's gang affiliation talk right there, young man. You're not talking American to me.
Okay.
I ain't trying to hear it.
Okay, racist Van Dyke. Moving on.
Did you see that video of that girl on her webcam talking about how all the immigrants need to learn to speak American, and how all the people from England just need to, like, I don't know why they speak, like, they need to learn to speak American. You know, all the people from England need to speak American.
I'm sitting here and I'm asking, why are you trying to have us entertain a conversation about a retard?
Because it was so
incoherently retarded.
It was fascinating to know that such creatures exist in this plane.
I love that you're calling them creatures. Phil, I believe, appreciates you calling them creatures as well.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like, when BBC first came out with Planet Earth, like, you saw some animals you didn't really know existed. Like, wow, these caves in Madagascar. I've never seen the light of day.
Yeah, and then you meet this bitch.
Right, and I'm like, wow, this being who's never had an intellectual thought, or like, you know, has clearly never learned anything that's been spoken at her. It's like a dry erase board. When you try to throw like something sticky at it, it just kind of just bounces off and go, well, that was nice. It still remains white. Doesn't have any, like, you know, nothing sticks to it. I can't. I love to observe them from afar and critique them up close, because I know I can get away with it.
I need to put curtains up over there.
Oh, there's there.
Yeah, sound stuff. I hear an echo.
Oh yeah.
Well, shit. No.
No,
well, I do have curtains that I can use. Blackout curtains.
You can get away with McDonald's. Well, I don't know if they still do them, but McDonald's drink carriers.
Yeah, but I have to like put them all on a board and then put the board up there, or something like that. Like, it'll do the job, yes, but I also have a set of curtains I can literally just put like 2 batches of screws in and be done. Blackout curtain on that end.
I guess, dude. You do what the fuck you want, man. It's your house. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm just gonna wait for you to do it.
Seems fair. No, I can finally use those blackout curtains I have from the apartment, because I got like two or three sets, And it'll fit that whole wall over there, and that'll get rid of that echo. This side will be a whole other fucking story.
So we've got the whole audio thing down, but when are we going to start recording porn? And then this way we can do the director's commentary over it.
That was already done.
We've already shot a porno, honey?
Yeah, the very first.
I mean, she shot it. I don't know
with
where you were
Aaron.
at.
Right?
No, I actually was not involved.
Oh, wait, the one we did out in the living room with Aaron and Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, that was also, like, a high...
Tyler woke up on the bed.
Ooh, that's
Also true.
In the middle.
You gotta let him know.
cameras.
It's like, hey, we're doing like a sleeping next to my stepsister kind of like theme. So it's like, I need you to
Solid.
pretend to be asleep. You can be awake, I don't give a fuck, but just don't wake up. And go, what's going on over behind me? Like, no, just
Why is your finger in my booty hole?
right. I mean, she's not in the scene, but like, you know, she's just like, just sleeping.
No, we've already done a video interview when we did, when me and Tyler interviewed Tyler and got that out of the way for the Unknown Plumber series, but for being able to do the next level that I want with at least having 3 camera angles in mind, I'm going to need to figure out something with this very tight quarter thing, and improving the audio is a very good task to have in mind, because once you start bringing in, getting like very long, very tall tripods to land the right camera angles, to somehow capture what could be like 5 people, because that's what we did on the last episode, is that it was Melanie, myself, Trent, Tyler, and Evan, like full table. And that requires like 5 cameras and then a wide shot. What? You wanted to be on the first episode there, honey?
No, I just...
You're just throwing fingers at me?
Just felt like it.
Just felt like flicking me off?
Just as
Twice.
hard as I can, but with like no emotion behind it. Like, I'm not offended in any way, but I like just airing them out.
Anyway.
I mean, you are easily fuckable.
You want to explain that one a little bit more, honey? Are we talking
I
like
like
sexually,
the-
or
I
just
like
like,
the
hey, it's Aaron.
I
We
like
can
to
fuck with him all
him.
day.
I'll fuck with you.
You'll fuck with me, but you'll also fuck.
I mean, you're too easy to fuck.
Also true.
For me to want to fuck you.
I play a good victim.
So I'll fuck with you.
I play a good comedic victim, I guess.
For me, it's like a sugar daddy that never has intentions on putting out or paying. So I just trick you into having dinner with me.
How many times have I given you shit and you've just like kept it, or let it mold in the back shed?
Twice. It's very rare for you to get rid of your own shit.
Basically, the funny thing is that
I take it when I do.
that punching bag was a gift from my mom, like sincerely. Even though everyone was like, "Yeah, it's for you," I'm like, "No, like she needed to get her frustration out." It was a very sincere but poorly aimed gift. And then you got it, and then it sat out in your back shed and molded.
I used it.
Once.
No, I used it for like a couple months.
Nice.
The problem is that like once it got water in it,
Done.
there's no way to get it out.
You have to like put it in like a freaking dehydrator room.
You'd have to like empty out half of like the foam, let that dry, and then restuff it. And then by the time like
and that's
I
work.
put that equation together, it's like it had gotten more water. I was like, all right. And the problem was that when I had it up, my sister's fiance at the time took it down and then like left it outside. And so unbeknownst to me, and so it had gone a couple of days of it raining some more.
Ass hat.
Right, I was.
But he was a pure ass hat, as we found out later, right?
Yeah, it was a genetic predisposition
For ass hattery.
Yeah, it ran in the family. So it was just kind of like, damn, bro, like the shed's right there. If you're gonna take it down, like just like, kick it in there. I don't give a shit.
Where'd you have it? In the garage?
No, hanging it out in the tree. But I would keep it in the shed. I would take it out, hang it up on the tree.
He just lazily didn't put it in the shed, just put it in the fucking yard.
Yeah, just like drop it down behind the
Ass
tree. And I was
hat.
kind of like, well, then just don't fucking touch it. Like, if you weren't gonna take it down or inside, then punch it. I don't give a shit, but leave it. So.
Well, I'm glad she got away from that, right? Your sister's gotten better about like her life choices, or what?
I don't know. That's her life.
Yeah, hang out in your corner.
Yep. Yeah. Don't ask me for money. Because I ain't got none. Rabid thoughts.
Also true.
So, they say that lumberjacking is like the most dangerous job, but I don't want to believe that.
Why? What job have you done that you feel is more dangerous than lumberjacking?
Nothing. No, I really don't have an argument personally of one that is more. That's a lot of vodka, man. Oh shit, that's gin. My bad.
Do you want some water?
No, I'm good.
I made Aaron very upset with gin.
Oh, you're gonna try to tell that story now?
It's not hard. I mean, gin sucks.
Well,
but
no, it tastes like a Christmas tree.
It tastes like a pine tree, you bitch.
it doesn't. No, it tastes like fucking.
It's
It
juniper
tastes like
berries.
It tastes like off mosquito spray.
No. It's
Tastes like
juniper
quinine.
berries, and so you know Aaron's Winter Jack, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you've tasted that Christmas delight.
familiar-ish.
I have it right
It's
there.
like-
You can taste it right now if you want to.
Pour me a shot.
It's
You
like
want?
apple cidery. It's apple whiskey and apple
Ish.
cider.
Right,
It's something
you
more
gotta
to
top me off.
It's something more to sip on. Than
When?
just
Hang on. When was that opened?
last few months, like Christmas area, probably.
No, it
The
wasn't.
last few months. What month is it right now?
Turn up 4. Make it like the others.
Oh, it's 5.
Yeah, that should be good. Okay, cool. No, this is fine.
It's a cider.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a Jack Daniel's Winter Jack Tennessee cider original
It's just
recipe.
every time I come here, like you always have that
Yeah, it's-
bottle, and I never see it move or it
Oh.
gets changed. So it
No,
to me
these
that's
are-
the
these
same
are-
bottle I've
these
ever
are-
seen.
No, these are 2 brand new bottles, basically.
Oh, okay.
They've been around for like less
There's
than
a
a year.
second one.
Yeah,
Oh.
about 2 at once because
Oh, I see it in there.
Yeah, because I'm a hoe.
No, we
Small.
bought 3 at once.
Yo, I
Okay, I'll
I just let me taste that shit.
there. Here's your taste.
You made a mess.
I made a lot
He
of things.
is a mess.
That's true too.
Thank you, dear. You're such a positive influence on this world of mine. Yeah, it's not a shot. Like, you hang out and sip on that, like, all night. And it's pretty sweet for your taste, and you don't like sweet like that.
I can't do sweet like that by itself. So I would need that like with.
You could throw in some milk, it'd probably be good.
Shut the fuck up with your milk, bro. Ew, who are you?
He likes milk and Baileys with a splash of Coke.
Yeah.
Again.
No, I don't even do the Coke anymore. I just do milk and Bailey's, and it's fantastic. Like,
That's not as bad because you're going creamy. With
yeah, but it
milk.
still feels like a sin for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
I'm
bro.
slurping the spilled Winter Jack off the table for
Like,
those.
I don't know if you've thrown up as much as I have.
I don't know. I have a mortgage.
You're probably so no.
I was about to say probably not.
No.
Yeah.
This was that one time in Austin, but I still don't.
Hey, that one time in Austin was fantastic.
I
I'm
still don't
sorry.
think that counts.
Well, I don't
that
think it
Austin trip
counts
was
because
fantastic. Like,
you had to
like,
help.
Tyler fucked up, but that was a great time.
It did. But it doesn't add up. Like I think I still beat you.
What are you talking about?
The amount of times I'll be thrown up.
Threw up at Austin?
From alcohol inducedness.
Well, at Austin?
No,
Period.
just in general.
Period? Oh, yeah, you've gotten fucked up way more than I ever have.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
Austin, I won by a mile in terms of just, like, level of fuckery and ridiculousness.
Oh, of the weekend, yeah, you took the cake.
Yeah.
But that's that's for another podcast.
No, that's...
We're
We're only at
probably an
2
hour.
hours in. We're only 2 hours in right now.
Cheese and crackers.
Aaron likes his 3 to 4 hour podcast.
We can end whenever you want. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I asked you if you wanted to end, take a break, and then come back and
Do
just
another one?
record a fresh
No,
episode
do
too.
a whole nother fresh set in, like, 2 weeks.
Why though?
Because I can. Hi.
Yeah, but I don't understand like why.
I'm not here for efficiency right now with this. Not yet. Right now we're in the beta, so I'm only testing out making sure that the audio is good, the production's good, and I figured out some shit on Vegas, so I know how to actually make these and turn these out pretty efficiently post-production.
But you're not about to put out a 2 to 3 hour podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not editing these.
Shit, add out like
All
10,
that.
like 15 minutes of it, of just the dead air, the going out to get a drink if
No.
we're not talking about anything particular,
No.
and
No.
mm,
No.
this conversation right here.
Yeah, this is acceptable.
This is who he is.
I know it's who he is. I just don't like it. I don't
Welcome to me relating to like most of my friends for most of my life, unfortunately, and having very unfair
I
expectations.
don't like you, and I don't like how you operate.
Are you about to try to sell me like lottery tickets at your gas
Listen,
station?
my
there?
friend, the past 40 people have won from my store.
Ugh.
If you buy from me, you can be lucky number 5. There is no lucky number
Here's the
5,
fun
but
thing,
you
if
can be lucky number 5.
Here's the fun thing: you're more than welcome to edit down a podcast when it's your podcast.
No. I don't know that many people. I can't stand.
You go to
that
all
many
these
people.
festivals and you can't land out how to figure out how to run a podcast, at least on Discord or a Skype call with a bunch of crazy people that you've met at all the festivals.
Yeah, we don't meet them like that though. Like
You meet them, have your interactions, and then never see them again.
we have our
I mean, that's a
interaction under strict circumstances of things, and it's like
Music,
okay, we're
lights, and drugs.
what have you, and that'll be how we bond in this particular moment in time. But when we go back to our real lives, we may not be people who hang out. Also, you live in another state, and it's
but I mean,
He was trying not to mention the drugs.
Yeah, I know he's trying, but
I mean, I'm trying, but the more drugs I'm on, the harder it is to not mention said drugs. So
well, I mean, you do need your drugs to really survive your current situation, so that's a good thing to.
that's right.
Scapegoats
That's right.
acquired.
Yes. You can't get mad at me. I'm a
Are you
victim.
worried about Jason? Are you worried about being judged by the audience?
No.
Like all two of our
Let me
viewers.
tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because I don't know them, they don't know me,
Lies.
and I don't care.
That's a funny story because on account that you're probably going to meet most of the audience at the October annual in a few Saturdays.
That's fine, but I feel like at this point, most of the audience will eventually
They know who the
become
fuck they're
cast.
dealing with. Yeah, they know who the fuck they're dealing
That's
with.
fine. Like,
You know
I don't have a problem.
You know what's really going to turn around when we have Tiffany and Phil over? Is that we can just come on in here and hang out and talk shit. And,
Oh my god.
yeah. Hang out with Tiffany and
I
Phil's
want
pretty...
Phil to roll into the blunt.
Phil, well, Phil has, Yeah, no, we'll keep that. I don't know how safe that is to anything like that for.
Phil's got another job opportunity.
No, he's pretty solid on his
He's-
networking, his IT
isn't-
work.
I was about
He just
to
got
say,
a certificate actually.
Yeah, I think he's finishing schooling, so to speak, to get or starting an apprenticeship.
He's got something. Phil's like going
Yeah.
hard. Phil's going well in the IT world, and Tiffany's
Well,
got
good
work.
for Phil. I just thought it was funny that he tried to roll the blunt. It was just garbage.
I don't know about any of that.
You were there.
At the party?
It was your party.
Oh, okay. No idea. Whatever.
Roll
I only just started playing the tryout shit thing because I was like, oh, my friend, he has potentially like life-threatening like diagnoses.
That's all it took, huh?
It kind of did. We had about like 60 years, and then you had to pull this shit. I was like, well, we might have a year at worst.
If I'd have known that, I should have pulled this card a lot sooner.
Well,
Oh man, I'm diabetic, I guess. You're skinnier than I am.
Yeah.
It's genetic. Fucking come on, dude. Let's do a line of coke. I don't understand how this has to do with recovery. Just fuck it, man. Come on. I don't know when I'm gonna die. Let's live.
Yeah, but these days I'm also pretty happy with applying a little bit of relaxing the fuck out a bit. Last night was a decent chill, especially because we were just hanging out at Ren's, just playing games, but also anxious because we wanted to get home because we had to bed at 5 a.m. to get me to work. Yeah, it's like 10, 11 o'clock right now.
Now, relaxing's nice, but you got to do a little bit of leg work as far as like, all right.
I don't really smoke, but in Europe they roll their own cigarettes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I had a friend, and she always got the tobacco and rolled her own cigarettes because it's very common over there. So I was like, teach me.
Yeah, no, I always like that.
So
Culture.
you know how to roll, but you'll never smoke.
That's
Just about.
More or
hey
less.
man, like any dealer would tell you that's the perfect girl to have. She's never dipping in your supply. She's always like, oh, can I just roll your joint?
She loves the
Like,
mechanics of just
That's
rolling.
fine, and also like you don't yell at me as much when you're high. So yeah, smoke up, babe.
I don't yell at you as much when I'm high.
You don't yell as much as me. I don't know about her. But
She doesn't yell at all.
talking about you, dude.
What?
You're the female in this relationship.
Also-
The
For
one
sure.
that needs to be medicated. Let's get medicated.
How much
Man,
medication do you think I
I'm
need?
hella faded. I'm not professional, but do you really want my diagnosis?
Run
You
it.
might have to turn these microphones off for that one.
I can do that. I'm not gonna.
You're
Go.
not gonna. Okay, the rock. Get going. Yeah, what were you thinking?
No. Well, you had medications before, and you were like, "Nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna stay." Like,
Yeah, no, that was all.
because that was like ADD, ADHD kind of diagnosis, or what?
Yeah, that was all. Just all that whole spectrum, and I was in the right time and place to get subjected to all of the
Bullshit ADHD medications that are running through us. right
everything
now.
that kind of came through, and so I was just like, let me take some moral responsibility and
not,
try that.
and not be addicted to amphetamines.
Well, just more so being like, all right, I have a learning disability. Let me reflect on myself on how I like to learn and how set myself up for success as opposed to being like, looking at myself as like handicapped and whatnot.
Out of everyone that's claimed that they have ADHD, I've met 4 people that have genuinely been ADHD and needed medication. 4.
And I swear it has far more to do with lack of physical activity than anything.
That's possible.
It could be a variable. I don't know. There's so much at play. I can acknowledge that there are certain things that I can benefit, but it's not something I need so much that I need medication. Like, there's something that I can change my own behavior and my own thought process.
Yeah.
And take some. It may be harder for me personally, but I know that it's not something that's out of my control. Whereas some people, it unfortunately, is, and like they do.
Well, they choose to resign, I would imagine, more than attack and try to fight it.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people can succumb to that. Of like, oh, this is a magic pill. I don't have to take any responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, but see, for people that genuinely have ADHD, 9 times out of 10, it really isn't a magic pill.
Unfortunately, no, because I think because of like the options that they are given, it's not enough, or it's not the right ingredient of what they need for their, because everyone's got like a different.
They have different types of ADHD
right,
too.
they've got a different kind of problem with them, so it becomes like, well, everyone needs a different kind of magic pill, and it can't just be like a one-all fits thing. Like,
for example, one of my friends, Mara, actually has like the daydreamer type of ADHD, and
wouldn't that put her in a more in a creative aspect area?
Some creativity requires like discipline.
Well, there's discipline in terms of doing the work, like Stephen King or George R.R. Martin, some variant in between.
Right, but if you're just going to be busy having daydreams all day and not be able to
not
write
actually
anything
making art
down,
out of it,
she is a creative. She does art like up the wazoo.
Then you're kind of hanging out on that.
But
Steam, let's go.
No, so the issue is the inability to focus long enough for certain items, for certain tasks. And then it also fucks up with her sleep cycle. Yeah. She was on like a 36 plus hour sleep cycle. Like,
I remember that.
She was on sleep study. She did sleep studies. And the sleep doctors are like, we have absolutely no fucking clue what your sleep cycle is doing.
That's sad when, like, because sleep's one of those things. It's just like, if you can't get this down right, whether it's because of medication or psychological or what have you, like that will eat away at you very slowly and very, very
and
efficiently.
You know what's interesting?
You will notice it.
She finally went back to a psychologist, and he actually recognized that she had ADHD without even looking at her chart.
Yeah.
Just the way her personality was. And
profiling.
Yes. Profiling at its finest.
Works.
It does. Welcome to serial killers.
That's why it's offensive.
But he got her on a medication that has actually helped her so immensely that she can actually function in normal everyday life. Like, she can actually maintain school. Because if you have a sleep cycle that just goes all over the fucking place, because you have ADHD and daydreams and all this other kind of stuff, whatever it may be, you can't maintain a normal work-life balance of go to school, get your work done, do your homework, sleep, so you can actually function the next day.
Right. That started to become... I'll admit I didn't get as far as some people do, because I noticed the pattern kind of early on as far as like, this is... Like, I feel like I'm living 2 different lives to where I'm on. It's almost like I'm living under different laws of the sun and like how many different hours there are in the day. Like, suddenly the day becomes 6 hours, but the night is like 36 hours, and it's like, I can do everything I want to do past 8 p.m. I do all my homework, all my laundry, and everything like that. It was like, okay, but then I wake up tomorrow feeling like shit, and I can't focus, and I need another one. It's like, okay, well, maybe there needs to be a more practical approach as far as like, how can I set myself up for success, and how can I, do little like.
We're going back to you taking believing in personal responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's things that where it sucks because I personally feel that an ADHD diagnosis can become a crutch.
Yeah.
and it gives
Well-
you an out as far as being like, oh, it's hard for me
Well,
to learn
it's-
this.
it's
It
sort
gives
of-
parents an out too.
It does,
Absolutely,
but like,
but it's only because of a morale or a social thing of like, well, my kids, it got to be held behind
Yeah,
because
but
they
that's
have ADD. But it only has to do with that kid, because it's I don't know algebra. That's why I got held back because I have ADD and I have to take these pills. So
yeah, but it's an excuse for mediocrity. And it's lazy.
unfortunately, the problem with that is that mediocrity is the average, is the run of the mill, which none of us are, and so it's a blanket term.
Well, no one actually is mediocre until they choose to be.
No.
Until they choose to exist in complacency. I mean, Gabe taught us that at Steak and Shake. The moment you start to feel like complacent is when shit's going to start falling apart.
Yeah, but I feel like that's also it's a subjective thing. Mediocrity is a product of your reflection on society, or your small bubble of society, and how that society reflects on the bigger society. And so it's like the big kid in your neighborhood that you hang out with and ride bikes with, you're gonna idolize him because he's into Mad TV or MTV or what.
Welcome
He's
to
in,
the hierarchy.
Well, it's a hierarchy, but it's also hero worshipping that happens naturally for kids.
Well, I mean, I thought about this earlier today. I was doing something, and it was for no one, and it was only to make myself feel better. But it's something that my dad does that is funny in times, but I can tell that it can be annoying, and other times if just the timing is wrong, that he doesn't understand that someone's frustrated, it can be a little annoying.
Well, your dad doesn't read the room well and then runs out this...
Not that he doesn't well, but just sometimes I've seen it to where...
misplaced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes on my mom, sometimes on my sister.
Yeah,
like,
sincerely tempted, but...
And so I'm like, I do that, and I'm like, damn, do it.
Yeah.
Have I had, how many times have I had that situation? And it's like, that's something to me I do when I'm uncomfortable. And because to me it's a shortcut that I know that I can fill up the awkward situation.
Yeah.
But my shortcut is shooting me in the foot because it's not placed well, and it's becoming like kind of okay, all right, you're just kind of pointing out the obvious, and it's funny for you, but it's kind of embarrassing or annoying for me. And it's like,
I can't even think of a specific example for me, but I know the exact
I feel like everyone kind of has something like that.
Yeah, if you have proper self-reflection, you can definitely identify when you have a tendency for some action to try to perhaps make it better is your best intention, but you're probably trying more or less to reduce the stress that it's putting on yourself. That's where, like, I don't know, I can't even think of a good itemized example for myself. I know I have an over tendency for comedic relief, but I always hang out in the negative area because I've always done nothing but that. Be critical and be the negative half of the commentary, as opposed to anything additive, which really took away from my improv when I was training, or at least in the lessons. So I definitely see that and get that, which has led me to be more silent, to identify opportunities to be more positive than just the negative, the two Muppets in the audience just talking shit on the...
Ebert and Robert.
Yeah, those two.
I don't know if those are really their names, but I think that's who they're trying to... They're supposed to embody, like the two critics.
Yeah, the two critics. Like, I've always loved those characters, but there's a certain level of entertainment or a certain, like, personality to embody that's more positive and additive to the scene that I need to add to my repertoire, so I'm not always a negative Nancy in the room.
We all have our vices, and I have a vice in my garage, so...
You don't have a garage.
You do.
You don't own the bottom story of where you currently
So
live.
am I.
It's got a vice.
Do you have a grip vice to work on your grip or something, or...?
No, I have video games.
Video games and your cock.
It's a game for me. And I got the high score.
In your own little world? Yeah, you're the
The Jailhouse Parlor is brought to you.
Jailhouse Parlor podcast is brought to you by Jason's
I think
cock.
we should cut it here. We should do like 2 shots each, and then start a new one, fucking coming in hot, of something like
What time
completely
is it?
new. It's only like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
9:45.
It's almost 10.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
And we have work tomorrow.
that's right.
That's supposed to be 5. And 8 hours of sleep. If I'm waking up at 5, we put it at
One more time.
9.
9 o'clock.
8 hours.
8 hours of sleep, waking up at 5.
Jason, he's telling you that you've put him an hour past his bedtime.
I know. You're ruining this baby the boy.
I'm sorry, man. You invited me.
I did. I thought we were going to go out to the mall and shoot some bullshit, but here we are, just talking shit.
Here we are. I almost prefer this.
This is nice, though. This is
Because
good
I
fun.
don't need to wear pants.
You're wearing pants. Stop
No.
lying to the crowd.
No, I'm not.
Jason?
Shut up. Let the audience think that I'm in.
I'm debating how many dicks and
Chance.
clitorits are getting wet and erect, respectively.
Not sure I've ever seen a clitoris get erect.
Also true. Well, the clitoris can get engorged with enough blood flow. At that point, it's a chode.
That it can, but at no point is that clit chode gonna, turn its head at me.
And get inside you?
No. Well,
Are you refusing to let it inside you? Are you not accepting?
I'm gonna be
Are you
very
being
specific
judgmental?
about where it's going inside me.
Where's
It's only going in my mouth. God damn it.
I was about to say, if
But-
she straps you down and spreads your butt cheeks out, you don't really have a choice.
Or do you never let yourself get dominated?
That's right.
Oh, must always be on top.
Never surrender. No, I don't believe in that. I believe a man can definitely be a bottom.
But are you? Ever?
Yeah.
Okay. Strapped down.
Have you ever? No. Haven't you ever heard? Of,
We found the limits.
haven't you ever heard of a power bottom?
Yeah, it's a gay
Haven't
term.
you ever been strapped up?
Define strapped up, but we're talking about like you're on the ceiling and there's somehow getting like a crane up there so they can actually have the.
Okay,
You're
so
laying on your back, thrusting your hips up, versus being on top where you're thrusting your hips down.
that's it.
Okay.
So now just
Strapped up though.
I'm not strapped anywhere. You're strapped, and I'm
Well,
fucking
we have the
you.
straps, can do, but have yet to.
So all right, so imagine there's a pull-up bar right there,
Okay. Up on
and
the
you're
porch,
pulled
but
up.
go
You
on.
got your arms at a 90-degree angle.
Uh-huh.
Not only that, you also have your knees at a 90-degree angle.
Your
Now I'm not
swastika
gay,
half.
but I'm behind you, and I'm coming, and I'm right up in there, and on that.
Wait, you're
angle.
up in there. You just made a fist with your fist, so.
It's called jousting.
I thought it was like this.
Well,
I
you
mean,
do have
don't
to do
wanna
like fingers in.
explode through the bladder and everything. It's got to be like a
Yeah, you don't need them peeing everywhere.
curvature in and out. Which,
You just gotta get the prostate.
anyways, that's what the power bottom is. Is that I'm doing all the heavy lifting.
Just
Are you
from the
calling
bottom.
me? Are you calling me fat?
I'm just saying, man, like sex swings,
You could
straps,
put on
and
a little more
whatnot.
weight.
The help.
You need to lose like 3 pounds.
Here you go.
No, goddamn it, woman.
This has been the Jailhouse Parlor podcast.
Are you trying to cut this again?
No, man, you're not gonna cut this. You said it yourself.
No, are you trying to end
Those
the
were
podcast?
your words.
Are you trying to end the podcast?
I don't know, man. I'm not the one with the bedtime.
This, well, don't break. That's the RTX cup that I had to remake after the other one broke for my
That's
idiot
from the-
roommates or maintenance, one or the other.
This is from
Yeah.
the hotel, right?
Yeah, well, stole the glass, got it engraved. That glass broke from maintenance or my roommates, one or the other. My roommate said that it was maintenance, so I went and got another glass and had it remade.
It was definitely your roommates.
Probably.
Because why would the...
Well, it's one of those where Christian lies to Chris. Chris believes Christian because they're best friends, so they run the lie to me. When I don't see maintenance being that horrible and that stupid.
Well, he told me this, and I've known him for a long time, so I don't really see any
I don't know
much reason to
I don't
think
know
the
the
other
long
way.
time part, but I think Chris has upgraded his evaluations of his friends.
It doesn't matter. Because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, square. Please don't break that glass. You can break the improv glass. I don't give a fuck about that.
Can I eat it?
You want to eat the glass?
Not the improv class, the RTX class.
No, you can't eat the RTX glass.
Can I eat the improv class?
Yes.
Fuck
The RTX class is commemorating like one of the few times that I went the fuck off the rails, and it was fantastic. It's a good story. I got brisket and steak out of it when I got kicked out of the hotel.
yeah. Can't wait to have another glass. We're going to be the facilitators.
Facilitators of
The next class.
the next glass.
Wherever it happens to come from. Maybe it's a
We're
days
gonna go on
in.
another trip to like Peru, fuck some
Maybe it's
bitches,
a
have some
medieval
ayahuasca.
times commemorative goblet.
Commemorative goblet?
Yeah, from medieval times.
Maybe it's from a Motel 6.
Maybe it's from Holy Land.
Yo, let's go to
Didn't they go bankrupt?
Yo, let's go to Holy Land with like
They're
a
still
bunch of
fucking there.
like pentagrams and like dressed in all black. How long can we stand in Holy Land wearing all black before we get kicked out? Do you think they would kick us out?
I'm about
I
this.
think if there was a funeral, we wouldn't get kicked out.
Oh, we must time it properly.
But they don't have funerals at Holy Land.
They don't. It's only there for like spectacle. Hello, welcome to the Christian theme park where there are no real rides and there's no real excitement. Just
Yo,
guilt.
can I give you a tattoo of a cross on your neck? So that way you can
If
show
it's
how
upside down.
hardcore into Christ you are. That's how we're gonna get in.
Yeah, but like, do you want to go in Holy Land like actually smoking weed and shit, or do you want to go in there just looking goth as
I don't
fuck?
want to be. I don't want to do anything that's overtly legal. I just want to go in there purely based on just wearing all black, greased up, matted down hair.
Are we just gonna videotape you fucking with cast members?
No, absolutely not. Nothing to get me removed on pure bias, on pure like actions alone. But I want to dress and make people so uncomfortable that they feel compelled to.
You know, we either have to have a goth, satanic-looking person, or so.
Kind of like the Skids from Letterkenny.
Well,
so just imagine going in
we
there
either have the
just
Skids
dressed as the Skids.
Okay, we either have the Skids of Letterkenny, or we're something so flamboyantly gay. We have to have like 2 parties on this one.
Why not both?
Well, do you want? Well, okay, for production purposes, we could probably have 2 different days for this one. So, do you want to do like you're coming in as a Skid?
That's
hard.
more expensive.
Well,
No.
who's okay?
You,
So,
you go in
do you
for
have?
the first. You bring 2 outfits with you. The first half of the day you dress as a
Yeah,
skid.
but I feel like the first time that we're kicked out, it's gonna be hard to come back.
Yeah,
in the second
exactly. We
time.
need a 2-day
or
play.
we need 4 people and 2 different film crews on 2 different days.
Basically.
Or the same day, and we pass.
No,
by
it
each
could just
other.
be you. It could just be you and I can film crew. It's a 2-person operation.
Oh no, I think we should definitely do 2 different crews on the same day and see if like one can record audio of like people being like, "Did you see that transvestite over there? That transsexual over there? Yeah, like, did you see that goth person? I know who invited them." It's like you'd have like people recording for each other.
It's funny how much you expect like those kinds of lines out of people in the background when,
No, it's the children.
yeah, you need to
Daddy,
record
what's that?
What's
Exact-
that bulge in her pants?
solid sauce.
His pants, sweetie. It's okay. This has been the Jailhouse Parlor Podcast. Episode 2.
Beta 2.
Beta 2. If you like what you hear, go ahead and give a like and subscribe. Buy the shit from the sponsors. I already said like and subscribe. Hit that bell button. Smash that bell button. Go ahead and put a big ass crack in that bell button, like the Philadelphia experiment.
Is that a Liberty Bell reference?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
Everybody gets cars.
Yeah, we're at 2.5. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna call it. We can go to bed.
All right. Thanks, Internet. You've been beautiful.
Internet's always beautiful.
Mm-hmm.